to play dressed like Woods for that final round of the WGC Workday Championship in Bradenton. This just days after the serious crash that left the golfing legend hospitalized and needing emergency surgery.
22 years of celebrating the power of reading. And today, famous authors will take the stage for the Southwest Florida Reading Festival in a free and virtual event for you and your family. So this is what the website looks like. All you have to do is hit the Enter Event Now button. You can be taken to the main page, get information on presentations, the marketplace, the authors, and the schedule. Author live streams start tonight at 6. Lisa Klein Ransom and James Ransom are first, and then Kyle Mills take the stage at 7 o'clock. This website is readfest.org.
Florida's variant cases are more than double than any state in the country, but medical professionals say we're one step closer to normalcy. The details next.
And businesses getting behind the effort to vaccinate Americans. Ahead at 6 o'clock, the reason so many companies are now pitching in to help the vaccine rollout in the U.S.
Plus, the widow of NBA legend Kobe Bryant is going after law enforcement that responded to the helicopter crash that killed her husband and daughter. What she wants done after pictures from that site were leaked.
And if you're heading out of the roadway this morning, we are seeing that patchy, thick fog in some areas. Where it's the worst and how long it'll be around next.
.925 Fox News. Right, all along.
Window World is a family-owned business, and we really mean family. And with a family-owned business, you get a business that is looking to treat everyone right. We live in this community. We want to take care of our friends and neighbors.
With our family-owned business, we are backed by a company that believes in top-quality products at the best price available. That way, more people can afford energy-saving windows and doors, as well as top-quality, hurricane-rated, high-impact windows that also offer you some increased security to your home.
And being backed by our parent company, we're going to be around for a long time. The guarantee Window World offers is the absolute best guarantee you are ever going to find in a window replacement company. If anything goes wrong with your new windows, Window World, that's us, and Window World Corporate will stand behind it and get it fixed.
No high pressure, no sitting in your home for hours trying to get you to make a decision right away, but simply good business to our friends and neighbors. And when we're through installing your new windows, we'll stand behind those windows with the best guarantee in the window replacement business. See for yourself. Window World, simply the best for less.
True relief for back and neck pain.
In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Unless you want more of your hard-earned dollars going to the government, you need to pay attention to what I'm about to say. Now, the president's tax cuts, they may be on the way out, and it's not just your income taxes that could go up. That's why you should call my friend Alfie Townsend and his team at Advantage Retirement Group. Call now, 239-747-1163.
Investment advisory services offered through Townsend Advisory Group, LLC.
He says the journey continues. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
We began it together 4 years ago, and it is far from being over.
Former President Trump cheered by conservatives at the CPAC gathering in Orlando.
In the coming years, we will carry forward the torch of American liberty.
His first on-stage appearance since leaving the White House after an election that he said he won. He made it clear that he intends to play a major role in the Republican Party, especially looking ahead to the midterm elections. And while he did not announce a run for 2024, he sure hinted at it.
That's Fox's Doug Luzader. Iran is keeping up the pressure on President Biden to rejoin the nuclear deal the U.S. pulled out of in the Trump era. Fox's Simon Owen has an update live.
Dave, a spokesperson at Iran's foreign ministry says if the Biden administration wants to talk, it should lift sanctions first, rejecting an offer from the U.S. for a meeting to discuss Iran's nuclear program. The White House says it's disappointed. President Biden says he's open to returning to the Iran nuclear agreement, which the U.S. left 3 years ago, but only if Iran stops violating its terms. Each side wants the other to move first. Dave?
Simon, Johnson & Johnson has shipped the first 4 million doses of its now FDA-approved coronavirus vaccine, a one-dose version. And while Johnson & Johnson's isn't quite as effective as Pfizer's and Moderna's, Biden COVID advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci tells ABC's This Week.
It's got greater than 85% efficacy after severe disease and critical disease, and there were no deaths or hospitalizations in any of the countries that were tested.
And there are about 20 million doses available from Johnson & Johnson by the end of the month. They handed out the Golden Globes last night. The Crown got 4 awards, including Best Drama Series on TV. Schitt's Creek won Best Comedy. For movies, Nomadland got Best Drama. The Borat sequel, Top Comedy. America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 6 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
This update is presented by Johnston Spinal Care, the leader in spinal decompression. Find them online at 596back.com.
Wink News traffic.
Good Monday morning. Traffic is slowing down on Colonial Boulevard heading east of US 41, but we are still up to speed on the interstate. If you're heading northbound, especially towards Charlotte County, there is dense fog near mile marker 141, 143, which is Palm Beach and Bayshore Road, so make sure to just use those low beams. Southbound delays on 31 heading to Palm Beach Boulevard, but Palm Beach Boulevard is up to speed if you're getting off of the interstate heading west into downtown. To Veronica Shoemaker right now, it'll only take you 5 minutes. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're going to start with some patchy fog across parts of Southwest Florida, then a mixture of sunshine and clouds as we go throughout the day. Warm, humid, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to near 90. More patchy fog for your Tuesday morning. A few stray showers possible during the second half of the day, as high temperatures are in the 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, with another opportunity for some passing rain. Sunny and dry for Thursday, Friday, and then we do bring in another storm system and cold front with scattered showers and a few storms by Saturday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Get more than what the internet tells you. Get up to speed on The Drive with Trey Radel. Weekdays 5 to 7. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
I'm Harvey Massey. Think about this for a moment. Pest control involves applying pesticides inside your home, whether needed or not. At Massey Services, we just don't do that. We prevent pests from getting inside your home so we won't have to control them later. Why settle for pest control when you can trust Massey's pest prevention? It's guaranteed or your money back. Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
You probably know Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano for car accidents and other personal injury matters. But did you know they have attorneys who specialize in many other areas of the law? Whether you're in need of creating or updating your will and testament, or need advice about divorce or child custody, they have an attorney for you. And unlike the all-too-familiar competitors, at Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, you'll be meeting directly with the attorney handling your matter, not some coordinator or case manager looking to increase their numbers. Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano. They've been serving you for over 35 years. Have a family law question? Are you seeking a divorce or have child custody issues you need resolved? Do you need assistance with dividing property? At Lusk, Dre Sites, and Talisano, their attorneys can walk you through this difficult process as the needed advocate to protect your legal rights. They've been here for you in the past, they're here today, and will be here for you tomorrow. LDTlaw.com. Offices Cape Coral, Fort Myers, Naples.
Presented by Rocket Mortgage. When you need certainty in the home buying process with a loan that fits your life, Rocket can.
I was asked the other day if I could explain romance. Hi, it's Joseph Edison. I pondered that for a few moments. Wow, I'm not sure. Romance, it's a mystery, like the deep blue sea. Romance is when somebody makes more time to spend with their sweetie, and we help people do that. Closet Factory's master designers can make time for more date nights, and better organization clears the mind, giving you and your sweetie time to better concentrate on each other. Ah, romance.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida, Drew Steele.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. How you doing? Probably wasn't expecting me to be on the air. I'm not going to be filling in for Drew. He is on right now.
I'm so busy. There's so much going on. Good morning, Southwest Florida. All right, look, there's so much that's going on today, and getting back from CPAC that I'm paying attention to some of the news that's out there, and I'm trying to keep track of everything that happened with CPAC and the president, former President Trump speaking, and then some other things that popped up in my news feed that I wanted to get to, and I started to concentrate. Hi. All right, I'm not going to lie to you that I lost track of time. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, and we stream live at drewsteele.com. Steele has 3 E's, drewsteele.com, the website. It's mobile friendly, and it's good for everyone. It's even good for the kids. Unlike Joe Biden, who the only thing that he cares about when it comes to kids is being locked up at home, like he was locked up in the basement, because you don't want to go back to school because, boy, is that one dangerous place when it comes to COVID. And the evidence is where's the evidence? And there's evidence all around the country in different places where kids have been back in school, and we're still looking for all the evidence that would say it is super spreader, super dangerous. And as a matter of fact, we have to vaccinate infants. Oh, yeah, that's out there, too. Where's the evidence that we should be vaccinating infants? The Johnson & Johnson is the vaccine. It's the rollout is underway. FDA now has approved it. It's a one-shot, the vaccine. And we're told now that in the trials, they're going to start looking into teenagers and infants. And if we've been looking at any of the science and the data, which the left loves to do, and I hope that others would like to do, and that's what we would expect would be happening since day one, there is no suggestion that infants, certainly, let alone young teenagers, should be concerned about getting a vaccine at this moment in time, judging by the number of cases and deaths. Deaths is the big thing. Hospitalization is the big thing. And if you check out the numbers, it is what's the word I'm looking for? It is super small. How about that? You want to go just basic? Yeah, the numbers aren't there to suggest. But anyway, so I just saw a little bit of that. I also saw, here's what I'm going to do today. The fact that I was at CPAC, the fact that I, along with Mike Opelka, we were curious often during the day as we were waiting for different interviews that we were going to be doing. And a big thank you to everybody at CPAC. We had a great couple of days there, and thank you for tuning in. We had a lot of folks who were watching. Some exciting news on the horizon with regard to some things that took place at CPAC that I can't tell you about right now, but keep your fingers crossed if you do that, and toes and everything else, that what I'm thinking may transpire here in Southwest Florida after CPAC, if it does happen, it's going to be pretty awesome. And right now, all indications are that it will be happening. I know, talk about vague. Is that about as vague as you can be? But, okay. That there are some things that happened at CPAC. And there are some stories that have been told. And there have been some tweets that have been put out. That I was there, and I witnessed, and I talked to the people responsible for. And one of the stories that I'm really getting tired of is the golden Trump. Did you all see the golden Trump statue? Jake, did you see the golden Trump statue? Look up golden Trump statue, CPAC, and you'll see what it is. And if you went to my Twitter account at Drew Steele Radio, you see a humorous, semi-humorous picture of myself and Mike Opelka standing next to the golden Trump statue because Mike, basically what Mike said is, let's stand next to the golden Trump statue and make one of these buddy movie poses where you kind of go side to side with it and make this kind of silly face. And that's what we did. Do you see do you see it? You see the statue?
No, I see it.
Okay. And this is the first time Jake has noticed this statue. And what's your first reaction?
Fish is big boys.
Okay, it does look a little bit like Shoney's Big Boy, if you think about that, except in Trump form. But it was rolled around in certain places in CPAC. They were moving it around. And here's what ended up happening. And I'm just going to put this in a nutshell, but I want to save this for later. People on Twitter, people you know very well here in Southwest Florida, some people that are very well-known people around the country who talked about this golden statue and made this golden calf reference to the Bible and how disgusting this is and have no idea the backstory. And instead of pushing their own narrative because they don't like the former President Trump to begin with, and decided to run with something because they didn't like the way it looked. And look, if you don't like that there was that statue there, I get it. If you, at first blush, you look at it and you think, well, why was there a golden Trump statue to begin with? The problem is, just like everything else is, these individuals who weren't there, but I was, who didn't talk to the individual who was the person who brought it in, but I didn't take the time to research to find out what it was, and instead ran with the fake legacy media that's out there. I'm not even going to use mainstream media. Mainstream media is bad because CNN, MSNBC, and ABC, CBS, NBC, they're not mainstream. They're not mainstream. They're not you and me. They're not mainstream. They may have been mainstream at one time, but they're not. To me, they're just a fake news legacy media. But this fake news legacy media out there who ran with this, isn't this disgusting? And people ran with it because of their disgust for the former president, instead of getting the story, instead of somebody actually going and finding out, hey, what's the backstory behind this? Is it as bad as that? Are these cult followers of Donald Trump? Is that what this is? And the answer is probably what you think it is. It's not. Wasn't even close to being that. But people ran with it because of their hatred. And it just shows how lazy people are sometimes. They're just lazy. Don't do it. Find out what it is first. And I'm going to give you the backstory coming up this morning. Because I'm just tired of it. It's just, look, if you're somebody who dislikes the former president, I get it. That's fine. You don't have to like the way he tweets or talks or his attitude, or for some reason you think that he was responsible for marching armies of individuals on January 6th to the Capitol, and there's no evidence of that. And you go ahead and you put that in your mind because of the way you feel. I get it. Fine. But man, can you just step back for just a second? And before you jump into this, I think this is disgusting, the golden Trump calf idol worship. Before you jump into that camp, why don't you find out what it is exactly? And then maybe look for and show that you are looking for people actually reporting on things instead of being just disgusted with CPAC as it is. Because you're not a conservative, or you don't like the conservative movement, or you never have, or you just don't like CPAC in general, whatever the case may be. Man, there are a lot of people like that. And even those that you trust in the media, and those that you maybe even trust locally, and those that have a name in this country and have been on the side of liberty and freedom and still jumped on this bandwagon. Like, why would you do that? Instead of taking the time in a minute to figure out what it is. And I'll tell you exactly what's going on with this thing. And it's just dumb. It's just dumb. All right. 239-479-5592. Did you watch the former president of the United States? Listen, this is big news because not only of what he said, but also because I can tell you at CPAC, with all the people that were there, with all the speeches that were made, with all the individuals who had great speeches, great comments, a lot of things that were happening at CPAC, the one thing I'm telling you is that the former president is still loved. The former president, people still support, and it may frustrate you, but don't let it frustrate you to miss the vision of what exactly he was talking about with regard to Joe Biden, for example, as he comes out and starts to talk about the disaster that is the Biden administration already in the first days.
Joe Biden has had the most disastrous first month of any president in modern history. That's true. Already the Biden administration has proven that they are anti-jobs, anti-family, anti-borders, anti-energy, anti-women, and anti-science. In just one short month, we have gone from America first to America last. You think about it, right? America last.
I don't know. Is he wrong? Is he wrong with all the policies that the Biden administration and all of these executive orders that have been signed by the president? Is he wrong? 239-479-5592. Is he wrong? And there are a couple of things that we're going to get into, specifically what he talked about. Some things that maybe people question, the punishing of tech companies with major sanctions if they censor conservatives, the frustration of conservatives who have been canceled. And you all know what canceling looks like, right? I hope you do. I mean, the left doesn't know what canceling means, and I'll give you an example of how they don't. But I can tell you that when you have Amazon, who's under fire right now because not only did they block an anti-transgender book by Ryan T. Anderson, and the book's called When Harry Became Sally, responding to the transgender movement and having people explain their views and what they believe is this transgender movement and what it means to them specifically, with a book laying out their case against it, and not being able to hear those voices, to what many were surprised about, the fact that a documentary on Justice Clarence Thomas, conservative, removed from Amazon's streaming service during Black History Month. Why? Why did that happen? Why would you do that? And what makes you think, what makes anybody think, that when you censor something, that it goes away? That those who look at a situation like this, whether it's Justice Clarence Thomas and the removal of this documentary during Black History Month, or whether it's those that might question and have something to say about gender dysphoria, or whether the transgender movement in and of itself, and wants to write a book and have people decide whether or not they want to read it. The fact that you're going to decide that, no, this is something you shouldn't read, when books like Mein Kampf and others are still up there, that people have questions and want to know why on the other side there isn't the same kind of censorship. And we know the answer. But the big question becomes, how do you tackle it? How do we go after it? And is there soon going to be this shift? I don't have a call screen up, by the way. Is there going to be a shift? And is there a shift in the country right now where maybe people are like, enough is enough? You've taken this cancel culture, you've taken this way too far. Selena's calling right now. Selena, where are you, by the way? Where are you located?
Hey, I'm in Daytona.
Oh, okay. Good morning. It's great to hear from you. What's on your mind this morning, Selena?
Well, we talked one time before. I was a social worker in Florida and in Georgia, and the laws protect elderly people against having papers put in front of them and them being told to sign them. The people that are doing that are liable. This man, Joe Biden, is not competent. He should have been examined by a psychiatrist before he was ever allowed to sign one of those papers. We people can look at him and tell that.
Well, there certainly,
there
certainly are. I was going to say there certainly are questions that people have even now about Joe Biden and his competency. There have been, and whether or not there are things that are happening behind the scenes, whether it's this bombing that took place in Syria and or the decisions of Kamala Harris to make calls to world leaders and Joe Biden's not making the calls, and people have questions as to why that's happening. But it was the former president who at CPAC, after describing the disastrous days of the Biden administration, did bring something up that made people absolutely crazy on the left, and even some never-Trumpers, and even some of those who didn't take the time to actually find out that golden statue of President Trump there at CPAC and what it actually meant and what it was. We drove them crazy. It was when he said this.
Together in the coming years, we will carry forward the torch of American liberty. We will lead the conservative movement and the Republican Party back to a totally conclusive victory, and we've had tremendous victories. Don't ever forget it. With your help, we will take back the House. We will win the Senate, and then a Republican president will make a triumphant return to the White House, and I wonder who that will be.
And I laugh because, trolling people and the reporters and the news media there. And I was standing next to this big group, by the way, Jake. There was this big group at CPAC that was gathered around an individual, and I didn't know who it was. And I come to find out as I walk up, it's Jim Acosta. And he's standing there, and David Marcus from The Federalist is questioning him. He's like, when are you going to start talking about Andrew Cuomo? Are you going to start doing, oh, no, I'm already doing, no, you're not. And it was this back and forth, and I'll play the audio. But watching Jim Acosta there was pretty funny as well. All right, listen, let's take a break. And when we come back, we'll talk more about CPAC. I'll give you more inside information, some of the things that you're not going to hear from not only the fake news legacy media, but you're not also going to hear it from some people who just do not like the former president of the United States about the golden statue of Trump. There's a story behind it, and there's the truth behind it. And if anybody would take a moment in time to find out exactly what it was about, instead of being appalled by it and then assume something, they might get a little lesson there and not say some of the things that they said on Twitter and other places. So we'll get to that coming up. And more of your calls coming up as well. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News back in studio. It's Drew Steele, by the way, drewsteele.com, the website if you want to watch right now, and YouTube and Facebook as well at Drew Steele Radio. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. 92.5 Fox News. Right. All along.
This Fox News Business Report is presented by Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions Incorporated, providing organic and botanical pest control solutions since 2011.
I'm Maria Bartiromo, and this is the Fox Business Report.
Nearly 4 million doses of the newest COVID-19 vaccine were shipped last night and will begin to be delivered to states for injection starting tomorrow. Dr. Anthony Fauci says all 3 COVID vaccines are safe and effective. States are being hammered with a new wave of fraud as they scramble to update security systems and block scammers who already have siphoned billions of dollars from pandemic-related jobless programs. The fraud is fleecing taxpayers, delaying legitimate payments, and turning thousands of Americans into unwitting identity theft victims. Defense contractor Lockheed Martin plans to close a plant in Middle River, Maryland, which has 465 employees. Workers will get the chance to relocate and to telework. Asian markets rise on hopes for the U.S. stimulus package. U.S. stock futures higher overnight, oil futures higher. And that's your Fox Business Report. I'm Sal Giangrasso, invested in you.
Cleanliness and safety are essential to the success of any business. That's why Cintas has introduced our Total Clean program, a one-of-a-kind service that includes scheduled deliveries of essential cleaning supplies, hygienically cleaned uniforms, and on-site sanitizer and disinfectant services to help eliminate germs. Learn what the Cintas Total Clean program can do for you.
Oh, I'm ready!
Visit Cintas.com and get ready for the work.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Trust. It's not a concept. It's a commitment.
Reliable and honest every single day.
At Wink News, we're committed to reporting the news that matters for you.
Thank you for trusting Wink News. This is a big story.
And that affects you.
We're coming to you live.
Because if we're asking for your trust, we will continue our commitment to be trustworthy.
The reason people trust us is the people that work here.
With 6 decades in the community, trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
All new Dr. Phil.
A couple living every parent's worst nightmare.
A celebrity TV doctor's warning to parents.
Children everywhere are dying, and it is a big deal, and no one has been talking about it.
Her teenage son dead after ordering a pill online.
We want people to educate their kids. You're buying this stuff, you have no idea what you're getting.
If we had known that our son had any kind of drug, he would still be alive.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 5 on WXCW.
We believe in better. A better way to invest, a better way to serve you, and a better result. We can help you determine how much risk you're taking, red flags that could be potential problems for you, how much you're paying in fees or commissions, potential tax liability, or even how to address Social Security.
Tune into WealthWorks Radio with Eric Carney, Saturdays at 6 a.m., Sundays at 9 a.m., right here on 92.5 Fox News Radio.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We cut out the middleman and his markups because we manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. Our new manufacturing facility has tomorrow's technology today to make sure your windows are built for Florida's extreme weather. Don't even think about buying windows from anyone else till you see what our factory can do for you. From our factory to your home. Now that's Factory Direct.
Going on now. Buy 2 windows, get a third free. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
Hey, it's Drew Steele visiting with my good friend TJ, owner of the Floor Meisters in Naples. And, you know, TJ, we talk about core tech. A lot of people talk about core tech. But tell people and explain why so many people love their core tech floors.
Core tech is built to be waterproof, kid-proof, and pet-proof. It looks just like wood. Comes anywhere from 6 inches wide to 9 inches wide, all the way up to 86 inches long. Comes in a wide variety of colors, with a bevel, without a bevel, warm tones, cool tones, any color to make your house look beautiful.
So you want to see it for yourself? Go to the Floor Meisters. You're going to really love it. 6281 Naples Boulevard next to Costco. Give them a call. 239-596-4964. 239-596-4964. Or on the web at floormeisters.com.
Today, people will wake up, and before the day is over, their life will be changed forever. Car crashes can't be predicted. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. The law firm you choose to prepare you for life after today may well be the most important decision you ever make. All law firms are not the same. The insurance company knows who will take your case to trial and who won't. Visit forthepeople.com to learn more about us. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
Good morning, Southwest Florida. I'm Alan with Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions. My 6 years of service to my country taught me a lot about integrity, trust, and getting the job done and getting it done right. I have integrated much of my Army training into the business. And I mean integrated. I'm actually standing here recording in my fatigues. I understand that it may seem that there are more pest control companies than bugs, but our company is very different. A lot of pest control companies are what we call spray jockeys. You see bugs, and they just come and spray. You see more bugs, so they spray more. My team's approach consists of understanding what's causing the bugs to come in. Sometimes it's something as simple as caulking or patching holes. Spraying is not always the answer. If you're tired of the spray jockeys and want real pest control solutions, call us, Sargent's Integrated Pest Solutions, today. at 595-4867. That's 595-4867. Now serving Marco, Naples, Bonita, and Estero.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. Donald Trump again claims he really won the election in November and says about 2024.
Who knows? I may even decide to beat them for a third time, okay?
The former president at the Conservative Political Action Conference in Orlando calls for unity in the Republican Party. President Biden's in a tough spot with an ally as an intelligence report accuses Saudi Crown Prince Mohammed bin Salman of ordering the murder of Washington Post journalist Jamal Khashoggi.
Hawaii Democratic Senator Mazie Hirono said this is not easy to navigate.
The pause on arms sales, that I think hits Saudi Arabia.
Ohio GOP Senator Rob Portman says he believes the Crown Prince was connected to Khashoggi's death.
That he knew about it and that he approved of it. So I do think there ought to be something additional that focuses on him.
Both senators on ABC's This Week.
Fox's Gernal Scott. America's listening to Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
Good Monday morning. Traffic is slowing down on Colonial Boulevard heading east of US 41, but we are still up to speed on the interstate. If you're heading northbound, especially towards Charlotte County, there is dense fog near mile marker 141, 143, which is Palm Beach and Bayshore Road, so make sure to just use those low beams. Southbound delays on 31 heading to Palm Beach Boulevard, but Palm Beach Boulevard is up to speed if you're getting off of the interstate heading west into downtown. To Veronica Shoemaker right now, it'll only take you 5 minutes. That's your up-to-the-minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're going to start with some patchy fog across parts of southwest Florida, then a mixture of sunshine and clouds as we go throughout the day. Warm, humid, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to near 90. More patchy fog for your Tuesday morning. A few stray showers possible during the second half of the day, as high temperatures are in the 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, with another opportunity for some passing rain. Sunny and dry for Thursday, Friday, and then we do bring in another storm system and cold front with scattered showers and a few storms by Saturday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
You find yourself searching for a reputable air conditioning company?
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
I'm Crystal Casey with Brett Air Conditioning. For over 45 years, our motto has been, don't sweat, call Brett. We are a family-owned business with a great reputation. Whether your AC needs maintained, serviced, or replaced, we are here to serve you. So stop searching and join the Brett Air family today. You can find us online at brettairconditioning.com or call us at 239-566-3633. 239-566-3633.
If you don't love your AC company, call Brett Air right now. Find them online at brettairconditioning.com or like them on Facebook.
Don't sweat. Call Brett.
License number CAC 1819995.
Pandemic, market drops, elections. Don't let the noise and fear distract you. Where do you go for clarity in uncertain times? I'm Alfie Townsend, Southwest Florida's financial planner. For experience, advice on planning for retirement, visit savingtheinvestor.com.
Hi, this is Keith, the owner of Storm Shield Windows in North Fort Myers, and Storm Shield wants you to be prepared for the upcoming season. Global Weather Oscillations, an organization that predicts storms and hurricanes, has just been cited as the most accurate in storm forecasting by the media. Professor David Dilley, senior forecaster for Global Weather Oscillations, says that GWO's Climate Pulse technology model indicates that some regions of the United States have entered or will be entering the most dangerous hurricane landfall cycle in 70 years.
The experience with their product was great. We went through the storm. We didn't have to rush around and get plywood. We didn't have to put up shutters. It wasn't loud. It wasn't scary. There was no noise at all. We could see outside the whole time. We felt safe, and I just can't thank Storm Shield enough for the quality of their product and the peace of mind and security that it gave my family and me through the storm.
Enjoy the peace of mind, safety, and security that Storm Shield hurricane windows and doors will add to your home. Call Storm Shield for a free in-home estimate today at 239-491-7002. 491-7002.
License number CGCA 60475.
From the sea to the table, grinding
Naples, you've never
experience food as fresh as our produce at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market. The best part of growing over 70 types of fruits and vegetables on our very own farms is we can pick it, pack it, ship it, and have it in our stores for you within 24 hours. That's a freshness guarantee no one else can give. See you soon at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market.
Pool need a checkup? Call the doctor, the Pool Doctor.
Hi, Dr. Mark here. Clients love their salt system for silky smooth water, less maintenance, and they never buy chlorine. If you want the ultimate, we can add a BioShield for UV water disinfection. We're a family company, and for over 40 years, we've been doing business right.
The prescription is the Pool Doctor for award-winning pool service, repairs, and unheard of $39 diagnostic calls. That's mypooldoctor.com or 239-574-1133. State certified CPC 057088.
We've been waiting for COVID-19 vaccines to be developed. Now, waiting for them to get to us. But you can do more than wait. You have powerful ways to help slow the spread right now and protect your family and loved ones too. Here's how. Watch your distance. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. It's risky to be indoors with them too. And of course, avoid crowds. Also, wear a mask. CDC reports masks protect the people who wear them and folks around them. And wash your hands using soap and water for 20 seconds. And do it frequently. Vaccines won't make COVID go away overnight, but they give us a real chance to finally overcome it. As long as we keep watching our distance, wearing our masks, and washing our hands.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News. Now, back to Daybreak with Drew Steele.
We're not starting new parties. You know, they kept saying, he's going to start a brand new party. We have the Republican Party. It's going to unite and be stronger than ever before. I am not starting a new party. That was fake news. Fake news, no.
No, fake news. There you go. Jake was applauding. You like that, right? You like the idea of no new party.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, we don't need, listen, you don't need a new party. You just have to get the Republican Party where it needs to be.
Hold them accountable.
Yeah, and the fact of the matter is, and we're going to talk about that in just a second, holding people accountable. Great point Jake made, is that the math isn't there anyway. Even if you wanted to do a third party and walk away from the Republican Party, the whole idea is that the math doesn't work out. It just doesn't work. It's just no matter what. And now that he put that to rest, that maybe people won't think about it that way. Because if you think about specifically like what Jake just said, holding people accountable, we are not very far. We're this far, my fingers are thinly spread apart, from having not only the House, but the Senate. And then you can say what you want about the presidency and what was and what is now and what should have been. Isn't that a Led Zeppelin song or something like that? I think so. Anyway, there you go. A little musical reference this morning. Thank you very much. You wanted a little. Okay. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. We stream live. DrewSteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. Want to remind you that coming up this morning. Yeah, I do want to explain to you the whole golden calf idolizing golden Trump statue that some people were quick to run to Twitter and say how disgusting it is and vile, and that's why I hate CPAC and I hate Trump. And these people are all idol worshipers. No, why don't you, instead of doing that, actually find out what it is, find out why it was there, like I did, and actually talk to the people that had it in front of them that brought it in like I did. And then maybe you'd find out what it is as opposed to just throwing it out there because you just desperately want to hate, CPAC conservatives. Maybe you're a libertarian or something and you're not a fan of conservatives. Or maybe you're somebody who's a conservative or libertarian that just doesn't like the former president. And so you're just going to throw out all the policies or anything that he did that was a positive because of the golden statue calf idling thing going on. Okay. But I'll give you the explanation on exactly what went down coming up this morning and what it is and is not. Now, one of the points that the former president, was making at CPAC yesterday was something that Jake brought up. Look, if you're going to make a change in the country, if you're going to do like Michael Jackson says and make that change, what you have to do, see what I did there? No good. That didn't even deserve it. Didn't even deserve it. Half the audience has no idea what I'm talking about. That you've got to figure out how you're going to take back the party and who are the individuals that you have to look at politically and say, these people have to go. They just have to go. They are not supporting anything except what appears to be the status quo in Washington, D.C., or their own agenda, which somehow they've insisted is outside of what the former president was able to do. And good for the president for bringing that up, the former president, Trump, at CPAC yesterday. He was talking about the party. Sorry, I don't know what that was. He was talking about the party.
Instead of attacking me and, more importantly, the voters of our movement, top establishment Republicans in Washington should be spending their energy in opposing Biden, Pelosi, Schumer, and the Democrats. I've said to some of them, I said, during the Obama years and now during Biden, if you spent the same energy on attacking them, you'd actually be successful, as you do on attacking me in many cases.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? I mean, talk about absolutely right. Why is it that there are some Republicans, many Republicans, who are quick to go after the former president and even conservative values instead of understanding who are the individuals, the people who are taking away and have no problem taking away your freedoms, your liberty, your Second Amendment, who want to really fundamentally change the country. It's not just it's not just that guy. Everybody else is following that guy's lead and doing it in any way that they can. Any way that they can without being called out. Oh, I don't know. What are some of the ways that they do that?
The Uranium One scandal.
The IRS targeting scandal.
The Clinton Foundation. Fusion GPS dossier.
Yeah.
Benghazi.
Hillary Clinton email case.
Yeah.
Sergeant Bo Bergdahl. Remember him?
Yeah, no big deal. Just a couple of little issues during that administration, but it's no big deal because it's really about Trump and how there are some Republicans who are quick to jump on that, who are quick to dismiss all the scandals, quick to dismiss the former president and some of what they did, weaponizing the federal government against an American citizen, as we talked about with Kash Patel and Amanda Milius and the movie The Plot Against the President. And we talked about that at CPAC, and I'm going to get into that more coming up this morning for some particular reasons. But how instead of examining this, seeing what happened, seeing what played out, and focusing on what Democrats are trying to do, you turn your attention to the former president and you start going after him. And these are the people that are still in Congress that need to go. He brings up Nancy Pelosi. How about this? How about this over the weekend? I wonder how much attention this is going to get from the Daily Caller. 3 sources with direct knowledge of specific talk from the Sergeant at Arms, the former House Administration Sergeant at Arms, Paul Irving. Discussions came about Nancy Pelosi and her office opposed having National Guard on Capitol Hill grounds due to optics. That was Tuesday. Remember, you go back to all the questions that the House Administrator, the former Sergeant at Arms there, Paul Irving, describing a, quote, blender of decision-making before the inauguration. And we come to find out that it was Nancy Pelosi, who many have said, Nancy Pelosi, what did you know and when did you know it when it comes to January 6th? How much did you have responsibility-wise in making sure that National Guard did not show up, even though the president opened it up and said that it would be he would be open to it, and certainly National Guard troops should have been there. There was no reason why they shouldn't have been there on January 6th unless there were specific individuals like Nancy Pelosi who didn't want them being there. Because optics? Again, we go back to the story. 3 sources with direct knowledge of Irving's talk told the Daily Caller that the discussions came at a time when Democrats were against the deployment of federal resources to quell civil unrest. The discussion, if accurate, raises questions as to what role Pelosi's office had in the security failures that resulted in the resignations of both Irving and former Chief of Capitol Police Stephen Sund. Pelosi's Deputy Chief of Staff, Drew Hamill, did not deny the allegations in a statement to the Daily Caller. Irving testified he first received a formal request from Sund to activate the National Guard after 2 p.m. on January 6th. Additionally, when Missouri Republican Josh Hawley asked if he had to run the request, quote, up the chain of command, Irving replied no in testimony before a joint Senate Homeland Security and Rules Committee. Sergeant-at-Arms is one of 3 officials with the power to vote on the Capitol Police Board and is both chosen by and takes direction from the Speaker of the House. The story goes on in the Daily Caller, and I would suggest that you read it. But is Irving, and was he, covering for Pelosi? Because she was the one that made this. Again, I bring this up because where are you? The same Republicans that were quick to go after the former president, the same ones that were quick to go after the golden calf that was there at CPAC, and how this is disgusting, and this is why I never go to CPAC, and I don't even listen to the speeches, and I don't even talk about it because, and instead of going after those that are going to take away your freedoms, your liberty, your Second Amendment, what's going on along our southern border and healthcare. I mean, you can go down the line of all the things that are happening with our kids in schools and how across the country they're not in schools. Can we go after them instead? But that's out there. And look, good for the president who decided that he was going to let you know that these are the individuals you got to look out for when they are up for re-election, if you want to start to make that change in the Republican Party.
The Democrats don't have grandstanders like Mitt Romney, Little Ben Sass, Richard Burr, Bill Cassidy, Susan Collins, Lisa Murkowski, Pat Toomey. And in the House, Tom Rice, South Carolina, Adam Kinzinger, Dan Newhouse, Anthony Gonzalez, that's another beauty, Fred Upton, Jamie Herrera Butler, Peter Maher, John Katko, David Valadeo, and of course the warmonger, a person that loves seeing our troops fighting, Liz Cheney. How about that?
Whoa.
The good news is in her state, she's been censured, and in her state, her poll numbers have dropped faster than any human being I've ever seen.
Now, that's the former president at CPAC yesterday who was calling out specific Republicans as to say, look, these individuals have to be primaried. Remember, this isn't something that the president is, like Liz Cheney and others who were the ones that said that he was the one that incited the mobs and the violence to go into this insurrection, quote unquote, the insurrection that really wasn't an insurrection on the Capitol. That this is this is just like a vendetta. That's all this is. He's just mad that people are saying bad things about him. No. Because by doing so, and by these individuals being the people that didn't have a problem with impeaching, didn't bother to even look at or listen to some of the testimony as it was taking place during the impeachment hearing to hear exactly what was being said and the hypocrisy that everybody knows about and the big sham that it was, that you have to also question what their motivation is. I mean, do you honestly think that if the people that Donald Trump mentioned, think about this, all those names, Ben Sass, Mitt Romney on the Senate side, and Kinzinger and others on the House side, Liz Cheney, do you honestly think if Donald Trump were to just go, hey, listen, I'm out. Thank you very much. It was a great time. I got things to do. I got golf to play. I got business to take care of. You know, and even my family, my sons, my daughter, nobody wants to. We're done. We're good. We had a great time, and we're out of politics, and we're not doing this any longer, and that's it. And I'm going to leave it up to you guys, and you handle this. And everything I said about those individuals, I'm just taking that all back. Do you think that those individuals, which, well, by the way, that's never going to happen, but, and he even said as much, that he's sticking around, and I'll play the audio coming up on that. But do you honestly think that those individuals that he was talking about, have any interest with the America First agenda or with anything positive that the president was able to do in his 4 years in office. Do you think they want any part of that? No, they don't. They want to go back to this golden age. You want to talk about idols and golden calves? They want to go back to this golden age when the swamp, the Republicans and Democrats, it's all the same. Republicans didn't even fight. All they cared about was making sure that their next election that they were going to be reelected and doing just enough to get people to support him, and then they're out. And all of the things that the former president was able to do, where is your example of the party being able to do that before he came along? You don't have it. It's remarkable. And so I'm always frustrated by people who were quick to, they just despise the man. They don't like him personally. They don't like the tweets. They don't like the attitude. They don't like whatever, orange man, bad hair, whatever it is. And then are willing to throw out with him many of the policies that he put into place, and getting rid of regulations and lowering taxes, and politically fighting back against China, and understanding the political threat that China is globally. The sanctions against Iran, the battle on climate change and what is and isn't real, our culture. Because I get the feeling that if the president were not around and saying that he's going to fight for individuals that care about the America First agenda, if you will, that we're just going to go and have individuals that will not have a spine like he talked about, that will not fight back against this, that will not fight back against some of what's going against us and our culture. Did you hear Bill Maher over the weekend with Megyn Kelly? And I'm going to play that because maybe there is a change happening. Maybe people are finally getting tired of the insane woke culture, especially the woke school system, as Bill Maher was putting it, and how he called some of the issues that were happening in New York City out, and surprised a lot of people, and even people in the audience who had something to say about it that may surprise you. But it's important to hear, and we'll have that coming up. 239-479-5592. All right, we're going to get back to your more of your calls. Steve in Bonita and David in Naples, and there's 2 open lines if you want to join in right now. And also, again, I'm going to give you the backstory, the real story, the true story of the whole golden Trump statue that people have been freaking out about. Yeah, what about that? All right, we'll get to it coming up. Do a little research. You might be surprised what you find out, if you're willing to. Stay break 92.5 Fox News. DrewSteele.com, the website if you want to watch. Steele has 3 E's, also at Drew Steele Radio, YouTube, and Facebook for the time being. All right, let's find out what's happening with traffic. Here's Sabrina Katz.
The crash in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Lee Street, blocking 2 eastbound lanes as you're heading to Gunnery Road. Also, traffic is starting to slow down over the Midpoint Bridge. It's not as backed up as it will be later on, but starting to see that morning rush into Fort Myers. Also, delays in North Fort Myers on Pondella Road if you're heading west of Business 41 to US 41, but both North Fort Myers bridges are still up to speed heading into downtown. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Patchy fog as we start a brand new week and a brand new month. A mixture of sunshine and clouds, though, for this afternoon. Warm and humid with a high temperature of 86. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Rush Limbaugh.
Post just ran a long article titled From Riches to Rags, and it's about Venezuela. Venezuela used to be one of South America's wealthiest nations, but now is one of the poorest. The Post describes how this oil-rich country is Latin America's new underclass because it's buckling under the weight of Venezuela's descent into socialism. There's no food. There's no electricity. There's no money. Every day, 5,000 people flee the country, try to escape starvation. In the last 2 years, 2 million have fled. Another 2 million will leave this year. Women risk being raped and attacked by smugglers. Members of the upper class, skilled professionals, they are abandoning their property, taking jobs as day laborers in other countries. But life is worse for those who stay in Venezuela. It's all so totally predictable, and I did predict it when Hugo Chavez came to power back in 1999. But our brilliant liberal elite, including Hollywood stars, praised Chavez and his chosen successor, socialist dictator Nicolas Maduro. American liberals always celebrate socialism, just as they're doing today in the Democrat Party, because they see it as total power. Even though it fails every time it's tried, they still think it hasn't been tried by the right people with the right amount of money. Last year, there was a victim of identity theft every 3 seconds. That means a cyber bad guy could be selling your personal info on the dark web without you even knowing it. That's just one form of identity theft. Now, you might miss certain threats to your identity by just relying on bank statements or monitoring your credit. The solution? LifeLock identity theft protection. LifeLock sees certain threats that you could miss on your own. Plus, if you become a victim of identity theft, a U.S.-based identity restoration specialist will help you fix your problems. Of course, no one can prevent all identity theft or monitor all transactions at all businesses, but LifeLock can help protect your personal information. Save up to 25% off your first year at LifeLock.com using the promo code RUSH. Just go to LifeLock.com or call 800-440-4833 and enter the promo code RUSH. Promo code RUSH for 25% off.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now. Sorry, I'm too busy.
We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
If we weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News, weeknights at 6.
On the next Drew Barrymore show.
Strong women stand up.
It's a power hour of strong, beautiful, and funny women. With positive change maker Lovey Ajayi Jones.
We can change the world.
The neighborhood star Beth Bears. And I love funny women. Isla Fisher and Leslie Mann. I think that you're sexy medicine. All new Drew.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
When a client comes to our firm after an accident, we have the awesome responsibility of returning what was taken away from them. Loss of income and earning potential, past and future medical bills, pain and suffering, the loss of the enjoyment of life. I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. Our clients don't seek charity, they seek justice. They're looking to have their life back and property restored. Visit forthepeople.com to learn about your legal rights. There's only one Morgan & Morgan. Dial pound law on your cell. Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Dan Martineau here, owner of D.R. Martineau Roofing of Southwest Florida. I've been repairing and replacing roofs for 27 years. We operate with integrity, knowledge, and service. Google DRM Roofing or call 239-332-1441.
License number CCC 1326954.
For professional roofing, the name you need to know is D.R. Martineau.
Keeping your home and business cool is a struggle, but now you can be the insider on how it all works and how to keep it running when the heat is on. Join Matt and Justin from Island Air right here on Saturday mornings at 5 a.m. for the Island Air Hour, providing quick and effective solutions for commercial and residential air conditioning and heating systems. If you have a question about your system, you can call us right now at 239-747-1550, and we'll be glad to help. Serving Southwest Florida since 1972.
Drew Steele in the morning and Trey Radel in the afternoon. 2 doses of what cures liberalism. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along. 92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 7 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station. 92.5 Fox News.
He's gone, but not going away. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
You know, they kept saying, he's going to start a brand new party. We have the Republican Party. It's going to unite and be stronger than ever before.
Former President Trump in his first speech since leaving office addressing adoring conservatives who chanted, "We love you." Fox's Evan Brown was there at CPAC, now live in Orlando.
Yeah, Dave, the former president appeared to feel at home on stage at CPAC on Sunday and expressed his desire that the GOP remain a cohesive party.
The future of the Republican Party is as a party that defends the social, economic, and cultural interests and values of working American families of every race, color, and creed.
Trump criticized the Biden administration's first days while casting doubt again about the election's outcome, and he suggested that winning the White House in 4 years is doable, and that made people cheer very loudly, Dave.
Yeah, but the former president didn't say if he'll run again, but hinted at it. He did win an informal straw poll of CPAC attendees. 55% of them chose him as their 2024 candidate. Florida Governor Ron DeSantis, a distant second. Johnson & Johnson's vaccine will start being given tomorrow after FDA weekend approval, though it's not quite as effective as Pfizer and Moderna versions. Biden advisor Dr. Anthony Fauci tells ABC's This Week.
This is a good vaccine. I think we need to pull away from this comparing and parsing numbers.
It's a one-shot vaccine, not two. They handed out the Golden Globes last night.
The Crown was the night's biggest winner with 4 awards at NBC's Golden Globes, grabbing Best TV Series as well as top nods for the acting category.
Most of all, thank you so much to Diana. You have taught me compassion and empathy beyond any measure that I could ever imagine.
For Emma Corrin as Princess Diana and Josh O'Connor as Prince Charles.
Fox's Michelle Polino. Schitt's Creek won Best TV Comedy Series. For movies, Nomadland Best Drama. The Borat sequel Top Comedy. America's listening to Fox News.
This update is presented by Lee Auto Group. Find your perfect vehicle at lee-cars.com.
Wink News traffic.
The crash in Lehigh Acres at Lee Boulevard and Lee Street, blocking 2 eastbound lanes as you're heading to Gunnery Road. Also, traffic is starting to slow down over the Midpoint Bridge. It's not as backed up as it will be later on, but starting to see that morning rush into Fort Myers. Also, delays in North Fort Myers on Pondella Road if you're heading west of Business 41 to US 41, but both North Fort Myers bridges are still up to speed heading into downtown. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're going to start with some patchy fog across parts of southwest Florida, then a mixture of sunshine and clouds as we go throughout the day. Warm, humid, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to near 90. More patchy fog for your Tuesday morning. A few stray showers possible during the second half of the day, as high temperatures are in the 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, with another opportunity for some passing rain. Sunny and dry for Thursday, Friday, and then we do bring in another storm system and cold front with scattered showers and a few storms by Saturday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
You don't have to feel distant. Come join the conversation.
I am mad at everything going on.
This is 92.5 Fox News. Right, all along.
Hi, I'm Kyle Lee with Lee Auto Group. We sell more low-mileage cars and trucks than anyone in Southwest Florida because we have more. Over 300 vehicles in stock with locations in Fort Myers and Tampa. See for yourself at lee-cars.com.
Lee Auto Group is looking for quality pre-owned vehicles. Let them make your buying or selling experience easy and safe. Contact Lee Auto Group at 239-288-7374 or visit lee-cars.com. Don't forget the dash.
Naples, you've never experienced food as fresh as our produce at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market. The best part of growing over 70 types of fruits and vegetables on our very own farms is we can pick it, pack it, ship it, and have it in our stores for you within 24 hours. That's a freshness guarantee no one else can give. See you soon at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market.
You've heard it before. We beat the competition. So many businesses say that now. But how many companies actually ask you to call the competition and then compare their windows to Window World windows? We will come into your home, or you can come to our showroom, and we'll give you an honest, fair, free estimate of what it would take to upgrade your windows to more energy-efficient windows. No tricks, no high pressure, We want you happy with your new windows, not feeling like you were forced into buying them.
Window World's slogan is simply the best for less, and we mean it. We offer you top quality windows at the best price available with the absolute best guarantee in the window replacement business.
If something goes wrong with your new windows, we'll fix it, even if the neighborhood kids accidentally hit a baseball through it or anything else. Window World quality windows, great price. Even hurricane-rated impact windows are available to offer an increased level of security to your home. Call Window World today.
Window World, simply the best for less.
Do you promise to love, honor, and cherish, forsaking all others?
I do.
I do. And now, by the power vested in me, I now pronounce you roommates. Go forth.
That's not the vow you took. But if struggles with CPAP have you and your spouse sleeping in separate rooms, it might be time to look into Inspire. Inspire works inside the body with just the click of a remote. That's right, just a button. No mask, no hose, just sleep. Inspire. Sleep apnea innovation.
Talk to your doctor to see if Inspire is right for you. Review important safety information at inspiresleep.com.
It's Fred Kobe with Kobe Cooling. I was lucky enough to hear my friend Rush Limbaugh on his very first broadcast in Florida over 30 years ago. After more than 24,000 hours of listening to Rush, I feel like we're buddies. I've always been proud to advertise in his time slot because we love Rush Limbaugh. My father and I used to talk about Rush every day. It gave us some commonality, and I'll cherish those moments forever. We pray for Rush's wife, Catherine, and his brother and family, and we hope that God's healing hands finds them. And until we meet again, Maha Rushi, mega dittos from all of the Kobes at Kobe Cooling. When you think of air conditioning companies, we hope you'll think of Kobe Cooling. No nonsense and no pressure. We're the company your neighbors use. License CACO 57313.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now.
Sorry, I'm too busy.
We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
If we weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News, weeknights at 6.
On the next Drew Barrymore show.
Strong women stand up.
It's a power hour of strong, beautiful, and funny women. With positive change maker Lovey Ajayi Jones.
We can change the world.
The neighborhood star Beth Bears. And I love funny women. Isla Fisher and Leslie Mann. I think that you're sexy medicine. All new Drew.
Drew, today at 3 on Wink.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steele.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line, streaming live. DrewSteele.com. There's the website. Steele has 3 E's. We appreciate you visiting there if you're on your smartphone, smart device, even on your computer. And then if you want to go to Facebook, that's fine, at Drew Steele Radio. And don't forget, Steele has 3 E's. A lot of talk about the former president of the United States at CPAC yesterday.
Hello, CPAC. Do you miss me yet? Do you miss me yet?
So right out of the gate, there you go. That's the first thing that the former president said, getting the crowd excited, and some other things that were discussed, including the issues of COVID and the vaccine. You know, we've got a Johnson & Johnson vaccine that we are told is 80-something% effective? Is that what it is? Yeah. And so it's a single dose, and people are excited about it. Don't get too excited, because even though you get the vaccine, you still have to mask up, 6 degrees of separation, you know, that kind of thing. Nothing's really changed. Let's not get too carried away, because if it's according to Joe Biden, we've got another dark winter coming up next winter. So 2022, maybe we can talk about masks, or how is that all working out? And who do you trust? And how do you trust individuals that are trying to make you believe that Operation Warp Speed never happened? But if it did happen, it's because Joe Biden made it happen, and that's not a joke.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. No way. That's how it all went down. And the concerns about how Johnson & Johnson is now going to conduct some clinical trials to extend beyond what is happening right now with the the distribution of this vaccine, including to younger teenagers and then infants, even though the science and the data would show that those are the least vulnerable and the kind of hospitalization and deaths that happen with those groups and infants, are you prepared to give your infant a COVID-19 vaccine shot? A lot of people are asking why. Why are we doing this? That seems to be a little much if we're talking about who's vulnerable and who isn't. The president at CPAC was talking about the vaccine and Joe Biden and what he has been saying all along. And
Yet Biden said just a few days ago that when he got here, meaning the White House, there was no vaccine. He said, there's no vaccine? Oh, good. Say it again, Joe. Now, I don't think he said that, frankly, in a malicious way. I really don't. I actually believe he said that because he didn't really know what the hell was happening.
Sorry, you got to admit that's funny. I know there are people that are just, the fact that I'm even playing Trump's voice right now, their teeth are gnashing. I know, I get it.
Never let them forget this was us. We did this, and the distribution is moving along according to our plan, and it's moving along really well. We had the military, what they've done, our generals and all of the people, what they've done is incredible. But remember, we took care of a lot of people, including, I guess, on December 21st, we took care of Joe Biden because he got his shot. He got his vaccine. He forgot. It shows you how unpainful that vaccine shot is. So everybody go get your shot. He forgot. So it wasn't very traumatic, obviously, but he got his shot.
It's very strange. There was no vaccine when he got into office. There's no plan or anything like that. Yet Operation Warp Speed is the reason why we had the vaccines that he took in December. It's like, how do you do that? How are you the fake news legacy media in this country and the local, state, national media all across the board? And how do you run with a story that clearly can be called out easily just by recognizing the fact that Joe Biden got his shots in December? And how do you say there were no vaccines when he took off? It's amazing how they run with it. But maybe people are starting to catch on a little bit. The governor, Ron DeSantis, by the way, was on with Life, Liberty, and Levin, Mark Levin, last night, and they were talking about the firm grasp of the coronavirus data early on, that they believed that they had it, and the decisions that the governor was making here, looking at the data, understanding that we shouldn't do what they were doing in New York and sending COVID positive patients back into nursing homes, and how the governor was saying, listen, we weren't going to have, if there were issues of overcrowding, that we would worry about that when the time came, and if there were reasons that we needed to do something quickly with regard to getting hospital beds, then certainly he would have done that. And making sure that if they had to build field hospitals all across the state, he was going to do that before he sent patients back into nursing homes and endanger elderly people. Unlike one state, New York, and one governor, Cuomo, that actually did take place. But even Mark Levin was saying, so how did we do this with vaccines? How did you go about the distribution of vaccines in the state of Florida?
So we were very simple, Mark. Seniors first. And that was against the CDC recommendations. The CDC initially, they didn't want to put seniors in front of the line at all. They wanted to do young workers. And actually, their initial guidelines would have had a 20-year-old grocery store clerk get a vaccine before a 74-year-old grandmother. And that did not make any sense in terms of where the risk is on this. So I was the first governor in the country to reject those guidelines. And I said, we are going to do our 65 and up community. Now, that's 4.5 million people in Florida, so that's a lot of folks. But it's important to be able to do that. So we set a very clear standard, 65 and up. And we continued to go all over the state to try to get that done. We've now done millions of senior citizens, and we're not done yet, but we're
not done yet. That was the governor last night on Life, Liberty, and Levin, Mark Levin's program on Fox, and doing something that a lot of people would want from the leader in their state, the governor in their state, and that is to make the proper decisions based on what's happening in their state, the population of their state. They know the individual of the state better than the bureaucrats do outside of the state. And then taking the time to look at the data and make a conscious decision based on that data, as opposed to what he was talking about, the CDC saying, no, you don't do that. You get it to young workers first. And he's looking and saying, well, wait a minute. Just like everybody else is. If I'm reading the data correctly, if I'm reading all this right, the most vulnerable are 65 and up. So what are we doing? And that was a wise move. And again, you know what ends up happening. They're going to ding and try to ding this governor the best they can because there are concerns over 2022 and 2024. And even at CPAC, where they had a poll, a straw poll at CPAC, and they do it all the time. Who is the one candidate dominating the field? Washington Times CPAC poll released on Sunday that if Donald Trump decides not to run for president, who do you think dominates right now? Found that over 95% of respondents approve of the job that Trump did as president. Voters were concerned most about election integrity, border security, constitutional rights, and economic issues. More than 2/3 of respondents said they wanted Trump to run again. 15% said they did not. Oh, by the way, that's not what the media has been telling you. There have been plenty of Twitter accounts that have been doing all kinds of weird numbers with regard to who said at CPAC, this straw poll about the president running again. I saw 25, I saw 28, I saw 35. I saw all kinds of lies from the press because that's what they do. A staggering 95% of respondents want the GOP to continue pursuing the policies of Trump. And if Trump were not to run for president, 55% of the respondents said they would like, wait, okay. 55% of, if Trump were to run again, 55% of respondents said they would vote for him, 21% for DeSantis, 4% for Kristi Noem. But if Trump doesn't run, 43% want DeSantis, 11% for Noem. So decidedly, people are looking at the governor of the state of Florida right now and thinking 2024 possibilities. Now, things can change. A lot of things change. You know how it works. But having said that, you can't deny the success that has been happening in the state, and neither can the left in this country, and that's why they go after him constantly. So you can expect more of that coming up. But I did think that was an interesting poll because there are many national polls where Ron DeSantis isn't even on the list. No joke. But not a joke. Hold on a second. Let's get that right.
Not a joke.
Not a joke. I was looking on a couple of different Twitter accounts that have been following the polls for 2024 and some of these NBC polls and other polls. And they didn't even have DeSantis on the list, let alone be at the top. So I thought was kind of interesting. It's like that cancel thing. They love the cancel thing. It's if we don't talk about it, it doesn't exist. If nobody knows DeSantis' name and doesn't hear it, then he'll never be the candidate. If certain books are taken off the shelves, nobody will reach out to try to read. You know, if certain TV shows are taken off the air, nobody will try to find them. Yeah, you get the idea. How ridiculous that is. Hey, did you hear about this? Talking about vaccines. The Johnson & Johnson vaccine comes out today, mass rollout, one shot as opposed to the two. This was from the New York Post. Snake oil is no snake oil. The invasive Burmese python has become a big problem in the U.S., especially in swampy states like Florida. But when it comes to coronavirus prevention, these giant snakes may be part of the solution thanks to their medicinal snake oil. So now they're saying that the Burmese python has something in abundance called squalene. It's a lipid produced by the body's sebaceous glands, and the substance has been a key ingredient in the manufacturing of COVID-19 vaccines. Jake, you got to get out there. You got to get out to the... What are you doing here? Can you imagine the kind of money by snake wrangling? You're sitting here and you could be out there in the Everglades getting snakes.
So wait, the snake oil salesmen are actually using snake oil?
Yeah, see, and people made fun of snake oil salesmen. And meanwhile, they knew what they were doing.
Apparently.
You're just a snake oil salesman. And now you want to be a snake oil salesman, apparently. Some really healing properties in the snake, said Dusty Crumb, a.k.a. the Wild Man. If you go back in traditional medicine, they've been using python and python components for thousands of years. Naturally occurring in many plants and animals, but what they're saying is it's something that they've been using because it facilitates our immune response to get the most out of vaccines. And so now we need to get out there. We have another reason to go out and wrangle us up some pythons. So who knew? I thought that's interesting. I wonder how many people do that. Do you think there are people in Southwest Florida who are thinking, man, I got to quit my day job and get out there and start to wrangle? I wonder if anybody's done that. As a hobby on the side. Just go out on the weekends and just wrangle yourself up some. That seems just way too dangerous. I see some of the snakes even in my neighborhood, and I'm just.
I mean, if there's money involved, I'll do it.
Okay, right. There you go. There's money involved. By the way, this weekend we did some more herping. Some more late night driving around my
That little
neighborhood.
man got there. He could probably make a couple thousand a week.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking about sending my 12-year-old son out to the Everglades to go hunt for Burmese python. That's because a good dad would do that.
Now, he might teach the people a thing or two.
I'm telling you. We did it this weekend, and he's got an eagle eye. I don't get it because we'll drive, and for those that don't know, the late night herping thing is you're looking for snakes and different creatures at night. We did it again this weekend, driving, and I'll just be driving, and I don't see anything. And he's like, stop, there's a snake. And I back up, and sure enough, there's a snake coiled in the street. He's just coiled in the road. And he sees it. And then the patterns, and you see the patterns on there, and he gets close enough that he's not crazy yet. He didn't get too close because you never know, but yeah. There you go. 239-479-5592. All right, let's take a break. When we come back, some other stories. Hey, what's going on with Andrew Cuomo lately? He's apologized. Everything's fine. Listen, he acted inappropriately, kind of, sort of. Wait till you hear the details of his statement and I guess admitting that at work sometimes he acts a certain way. And I'm going to read to you what he said about how he acted inappropriately. And you tell me if this is like the norm. Because it seems kind of weird because there's a little insight in just what he said. Just the way he interacts with women in the office. All right, 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News. More delightful than driving a convertible Bentley while wearing mink underpants. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Trust. It's not a concept. It's a commitment.
Reliable and honest every single day.
At Wink News, we're committed to reporting the news that matters for you.
Thank you for trusting Wink News. This is a big story.
And that affects you.
We're coming to you live.
Because if we're asking for your trust, we will continue our commitment to be trustworthy.
The reason people trust us is the people that work here.
With 6 decades in the community, trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
All new Dr. Phil.
A couple living every parent's worst nightmare.
A celebrity TV doctor's warning to parents.
Children everywhere are dying, and it is a big deal, and no one has been talking about it.
Her teenage son dead after ordering a pill online.
We want people to educate their kids. You're buying this stuff, you have no idea what you're getting.
If we had known that our son had any kind of drug, he would still be alive.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 5 on WXCW.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went, Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7.
License number CCC 1326213.
I'm Harvey Massey. At Massey Services, we know every lawn is unique and requires customized care. That's why our environmental approach includes aeration, which allows water and nutrients to reach the roots of your lawn, as well as an irrigation program which ensures proper coverage and reduces water waste. With Massey's Green Up program, you'll enjoy a healthy and a beautiful lawn year-round. That's Massey Services. Expect more and get it.
The Mega Mall meat sale in Fort Myers and Port Charlotte right now for a limited time. Hurry now. 20 ribeyes for $30. EBT, credit cards, debit cards, all payments accepted. Last chance to compare 5-star steaks to Omaha Steak Box steak deals and save on the ribeyes. 20 ribeyes for $30. Look for the big tent at Edison Mall at the Cleveland Road entrance. Also look for
it's
the
Drew
big
Steele
truck
from
at the
Daybreak.
Port
Look, it's been a
Charlotte Town Center in the JCPenney parking lot behind Red Lobster. Also on the big truck, crazy deals on premium steak, pork, seafood, and gourmet chicken breast. Everything must go. It's a truckload meat mania sale. Look for the big tent at the Edison Mall at the Cleveland Road entrance. Also look for the big truck at the Port Charlotte Town Center in the JCPenney parking lot behind Red Lobster. Crazy deals on Kansas City strips, fillets, bacon wrap fillets, mega ribeyes, and get 20 ribeyes for $30. The Mega Mall meat sale going on now at Edison Mall in Port Charlotte Town Center. Don't wait.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, just a big reminder to let you know that it is the first Friday of the month this week. Our first Friday is at Seed to Table. Oaks Farm Seed to Table at the corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road there in Naples. We'll be there broadcasting live on Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. We hope you'll join us. They open up an hour earlier to get your breakfast and coffee. And thanks to everybody who came out at the last First Friday. We do it again this Friday. We'll be broadcasting live once again, 6 to 9 a.m., Seed to Table in Naples. Hope to see you there.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
Imagine replacing your old kitchen with the kitchen of your dreams. Brand new custom-made cabinet doors. Drawer fronts, hand-finished by true craftsmen. Designer hardware, new hinges, and everything installed beautifully in less than a week, start to finish. Expensive? No. To the contrary, with refacing by Cornerstone, you'll save so much, we should really talk about your master bathroom, too. Go for wow. Go for Cornerstone.
Heard the good news about COVID-19 vaccines? They're here, but you can do more than wait for your turn. Here's how. Stay at least 6 feet away from folks you don't live with. And it's risky to be indoors with them, too. And masks? Well, they protect both the person wearing them and the folks around them. Wear a mask, watch your distance, and make a big difference now.
Learn more about vaccines at cdc.gov/coronavirus. Brought to you by the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services.
A walk and some ice cream with someone sounds like the perfect treat.
Making pizza with someone who's as into it as me? What could be better?
Ready to meet people who love to do the same things you do? It's easy. 1, open laptop. 2, go to OurTime.com. 3, start for free. OurTime is the #1 dating site made for singles over 50. It's easy to use and can help you find people who just want to do something fun. Find someone over 50 who loves to do what you do on OurTime. Go to OurTime.com today and start for free.
Dial *2020
France Eye Care.
Trey Radel, your host of The Drive here. Let's talk about the many different ways you can fix your eyes. Laser vision correction at France Eye Care. Look, no eyes are the same. You have the ability, though, to choose a vision correction treatment specifically designed to meet the needs of your individual eyes. Dr. Jonathan France and his team of expert surgeons offer several different procedures like LASIK, Visian, ICL, PRK, and refractive lens exchange. All of these giving you better vision to see the details like never before. Don't compromise when it comes to your eyes. Trust Dr. France and his team of pioneers in bladeless LASIK surgery. That's because experience matters. I know I'm a patient of Dr. France. Schedule them today. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone. Financing is available and affordable. Dial ** 2020 from your mobile phone.
France Eye Care.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window. New South is the Florida window factory. Our windows are made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we understand Florida weather. With New South Windows, you don't have to sacrifice energy efficiency for storm protection. Our Energy Star rated windows and doors are made with impact and non-impact options, giving you the best of both worlds. New South Window, home of your ultimate Florida window.
Going on now. For every 2 windows you buy, get the 3rd free. Visit newsouthwindow.com.
Fox News, I'm Chris Foster. President Trump at the Conservative Political Action Conference attacks Republicans who voted for his impeachment, again claims he really won re-election, and says he's not done with politics.
We went through a journey like nobody else. There's never been a journey like it. There's never been a journey so successful. We began it together 4 years ago, and it is far from being over.
He says he might run again in 2024. New York Governor Andrew Cuomo says he's sorry if what he meant as being playful with friends came off as unwanted flirtation.
Acknowledging for the first time some of his behavior with women may have been insensitive. Also saying he would cooperate with the sexual harassment investigation led by the state's attorney general. Not only have the 2 former aides come forward, but Cuomo also faces mounting criticism for his handling of the pandemic and nursing homes.
Fox's Jackie Ibanez. America's listening to Fox News.
This break is sponsored by Cornerstone Builders. Give us the opportunity to wow you.
Wink News traffic.
There's a crash in North Fort Myers at North Tamiami Trail on Pondella, slowing traffic west on Pondella to US 41. Also delays in Fort Myers building on Colonial east of Winkler towards I-75. In the Lehigh Acres, there's that crash at Lee Boulevard and Lee Street. 2 eastbound lanes blocked. Only 1 lane of traffic allowed through right now if you are heading eastbound. Starting from Alvin to Gunnery, a quicker option is Leonard. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're going to start with some patchy fog across parts of southwest Florida, then a mixture of sunshine and clouds as we go throughout the day. Warm, humid, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to near 90. More patchy fog for your Tuesday morning. A few stray showers possible during the second half of the day, as high temperatures are in the 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, with another opportunity for some passing rain. Sunny and dry for Thursday, Friday, and then we do bring in another storm system and cold front with scattered showers and a few storms by Saturday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
From smartphones and TVs to desktops, laptops, and tablets.
Every audio device in this hemisphere.
All you have to do is tell your smart device to play 92.5 Fox News.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I'm an interior designer and I trust Rock Solid.
If you're looking for just the right countertops for your home, the choice is simple. Rock Solid.
I'm a contractor and I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
I trust Rock Solid.
See why homeowners and contractors choose Rock Solid for the finest countertops. Now with our newly expanded showroom, making your home improvement experience even better.
Rock Solid in the Pink Building, 2240 JNC Boulevard, Naples. Rock Solid. We don't stop at just countertops.
Hot out today, huh? You know it. Glad the AC's working. No kidding. What if the AC quit? Oh, man. Couldn't do a thing inside then. Too hot. No way Ashley could do her homework in here. Hard to concentrate. Wouldn't even bother trying to study. Well, of course her grades would slip. Dave. She could kiss Harvard goodbye. Dave. Probably end up homeless. Oh, my little girl. Dave. What? What's the best case scenario? Best case? Okay, best case, I make one call, AC's back up and running right away, everything's fine.
That's best?
Oh, sure, but...
That's best. Best Home Services. They have 4 AC trucks standing by waiting for you to call, loaded with parts, ready to go.
Right now?
Right now.
Huh. Sure is hot out today.
GetBest.com. When something goes wrong, we're waiting.
So you're saying...
She can still go to Harvard.
Got mold?
In your house?
What do I do now?
Call 239-936-1033.
Call Fire Service, your disaster response friends.
Dr. Shane Walker here at Thrive Chiropractic and host of the Wellness Hour on 92.5 Fox News for nearly 20 years. And let's face it, many of us are really stressed right now, and that is creating an increase in the number of folks who are dealing with neck pain, headaches, tension across the upper mid-back, anxiety and nervousness. And if you haven't experienced the release of tension that a chiropractic adjustment can produce within your nervous system, go to thrivenaples.com. That's Thrive, Thrive, Naples.com for a special offer. That's thrivenaples.com.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now.
Sorry, I'm too busy. We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
If we weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
Isn't it strange? This has now become therapy for me.
Makeover Monday gets kicked off with 3 words: sheet pan supper.
Look how pretty that is.
Then, the mother of all DIY makeovers.
I haven't worn a heel in about 25 years.
Will make you shriek. And
I was over 536 pounds.
Actor Ethan Suplee's inspiring reflections on his extreme weight loss. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
Kennedy at 3 and Drive Home with Trey Radel at 5. Now, back to Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Stay ranked 92.5 Fox News. Drew Steele here. 239-479-5592 is the talk and text line. Stream live, drewsteele.com. The website, it has 3 E's, S-T-E-E-L-E, not S-T-E-E-E-L. S-T-E-E-L-E. And, yeah, you can go there. It's mobile friendly. It is smartphone friendly. It's computer friendly. It's just friendly. It's a friendly website. It's beautiful. It's Jake made it. It's so friendly. It's got little smiley faces on it and messages of encouragement. Is that the one that you... No, you didn't do anything like that on there, did you?
No.
No messages of encouragement. Not like, hang in there. Friday's coming. Like stuff like that. Little cat holding on to a branch or something like that. No?
No.
Okay, good. Yeah, because I hate cats hanging from branches. It's a whole... there's a story there, and I can't really get into it, but... Anyway, not really. Okay, so a couple of things coming up in about 15 more minutes, 10 more minutes or so. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. It's a 750 staple. And we would hate to miss it, and we would hate for you to miss it as well, because it's almost your civic lesson, your political lesson, in case you want to gather the kids around, because these are things that you may not hear in your public school system. Oh, this public school system news. We'll get to that coming up. And... also, you know what we need right now before we get into Andrew Cuomo and this story and how it's creepy. Hey, listen, he's a fun guy. He's just a fun guy. He's a funny guy. That's the headline on the New York Post. Cuomo's excuse for sexual harassment is a joke. I'm a funny guy. I'm just joking around. Really? He's just being playful? That's it? Oh, okay. Yeah, we're going to dig into this just a little bit. But first, you know what I need this morning? I need my morning cup of Joe.
Sit back with your morning cup of Joe.
Not a joke.
think he was getting on a plane. He told me he came in to see me last event. And Representatives Shirley Jackson Lee, Al Green, Sylvia Garcia, Lizzie Pinelli, Pinell, and what am I doing here? I'm going to lose track here. And Mayor Turner.
Oh, what am I doing here? Yeah, so that just in case you're wondering, the precise, succinct, sharp Joe Biden, I don't think that's ever been said in one sentence except for right now. But yeah, there's the President of the United States, the 46th of which. And listen, is there some cognitive impairment that's happening here? You've got a script that's written out for you and you can't follow along? Are we allowed to talk about that, or is it just nothing to see here? We've got somebody waiting in the wings to take over. And as a matter of fact, we're not even sure what's going on behind the scenes. Do we even know yet? But you don't concern yourself about that right now. There's plenty of other things to focus on, or not. One of those would be Andrew Cuomo. You know, the great state of New York could not be prouder of Andrew Cuomo as the governor. Boy, I'll tell you what, when you're talking about what to do with COVID-19 patients in nursing homes, there's no one better to make sure you keep away your family members than the governor of New York. Look, it's nothing to joke about. It's quite serious. And how there's information now that we all know about. And yet certain fake news legacy media outlets had no desire to run with these stories to find out more because they were too busy giving him awards and patting him on the back and saying really how this is the guy that needs to be maybe even the next president of the United States. And listen, he's got quite the personality. The ladies love the governor there. He's a funny guy. So we come to find out that New York Democrat Governor Cuomo released a statement yesterday afternoon. Oh, look, he apologized for his behavior after two women came forward and claimed that he sexually harassed them while they worked in his administration. Now, in case you're wondering what exactly happened with these two individuals, because I want you to follow along with the logic here, because it's over now. There's nothing more to see. It's done. The investigations will move forward, but there's really nothing. Look, I apologize. So, Lindsey Boylan, a candidate for Manhattan Borough President who formerly worked for Cuomo and the state's Economic Development Agency, revealed in a blog post on Wednesday that the governor had kissed her without her consent and asked her to play strip poker. We remember that. That was from Politico, right? On Saturday, the New York Times reported Charlotte Bennett, a former executive assistant and health policy advisor to Cuomo, was also sexually harassed by the governor, including inappropriate questions about her sex life. So what's his answer? Questions have been raised about some of my past interactions with people in the office. I never tended to offend anyone or cause any harm. I spend most of my life at work, and colleagues are often also personal friends. At work, sometimes I think I'm being playful and make jokes that I think are funny. I do on occasion tease people in what I think is a good-natured way. I do in public and in private. You've seen me do it at briefings hundreds of times. I've teased people about their personal lives or relationships, about getting married or not getting married. And let me ask you a question. Which part of that statement covers clearly and succinctly, again, I like to use those two words together, for the fact that he kissed somebody without their consent and then played strip poker, or asked to play strip poker, I should say. You know, we got to be correct here. Is that typical? Like, Jake, is that what happens? I mean, when you're walking around offices and you're walking around different places, and do you hear that often? It's a joke. Listen, when I kissed you without you asking, and said, "Hey, play strip poker," people do that all the time in the office. It's commonplace. I mean, it's right. It's funny. It's fun. It's hysterical. It's fun. I don't think I'm just asking.
I don't know. People in the hallway here don't even like me. So.
They don't even like you.
No, they don't.
Okay.
I said something to someone this morning, and they were like, "Oh, you won't be missed. It's okay."
Are you serious?
I'm so serious.
Oh, no. All right. Maybe a little too much information, but
it's the truth.
Okay. So you don't have any problem with anybody accusing you of anything because I don't even want to talk to you.
Pretty much.
I mean, no offense, and only attempt to add some levity and banter to what is kissing somebody without being asked, that's banter and levity? Maybe I'm missing something. 239-479-5592. Help me out. What am I missing? I now understand that my interactions may have been insensitive or too personal. You're just figuring that out now? And that some of my comments, given my position, made others feel in a way I never intended. I acknowledge some of the things I don't even have to go on here. He's just a funny guy, and he's being playful, and here's what you need to know. The fake news legacy media is going to let it go. He's apologized. That's it. Listen, there'll be investigations, and or not. But that doesn't matter because there's other things. Did you hear that Donald Trump is thinking about running for president once again in 2024? Did you see that outrageous statue there, that golden calf statue of Trump at CPAC? Did you see that? How outrageous is that? Yeah, we're going to give you the inside baseball scoop on that. If you are somebody who was appalled by the golden statue of Trump at CPAC, if you're somebody who decided to tweet about how you were appalled at the golden statue of Trump and think that there's this cult that's going on at CPAC with conservatives over Trump, and you ran with it because the fake news legacy media ran with this story, but never did any independent investigation into what it was exactly, why it was there, the background story, and you ran with it anyway because you follow those outlets, you made a mistake. Because I was there and I talked to the individual who brought the statue in, and I know the story. And if you would have just taken a couple of minutes to do a little bit of homework or research or gone outside of the fake news legacy media and actually investigated it before you jumped in both feet because you hate the president so much that you figure, why not? Then you would have realized it was nothing of the sort. And it's not any kind of golden calf situation, but people ran with it. And maybe that was the intention. See where I'm going here? Well, if you don't, coming up at 8 o'clock, I'm going to give you the inside baseball scoop on this whole thing because I was there. And we'll get to the bottom of all that. All right, so you're not going to hear too much more about Andrew Cuomo because he's apologized, right? I mean, that's it. We don't have anything else to worry about. New York is a place where a lot of people want to be, where a lot of people go because it's woke, and because if you're in New York and you're woke, you're with the rest of the country who believes the same thing. It's all about whatever New York City dictates and their wokeness, especially with our kids in schools and what they're teaching. And that's what we need. We need more of that. You want to be a... Oh, wait, this just in. Hold on. Yeah, no, you don't want to be woke. You're not interested in wokeness. You're not interested in what the left is trying to do to crush the culture in this country and who we are as individuals, and this idea that they dictate who you are and what you think, and they're the ones that decide where you belong and which box you belong in. And yeah, no, we're not having that. And maybe we may begin to start to see a change happening. What am I talking about? Well, listen to this clip of audio. So this is Megyn Kelly on with Bill Maher. Look, don't get too excited about when Bill Maher says something that seems to be like right, takes a position that you believe is the right position to take, because he's not always right. But just the fact that this conversation was happening with Megyn Kelly on Bill Maher's show, she was complaining about the way her kids were being treated and indoctrinated in private schools there in New York City with pro-transgender values, anti-white animus. And some of what was being put out by some of the districts and some of the schools and some of what they're teaching the kids in New York public schools. And I wonder where else they're being taught this. And so he's hearing from parents, leftist parents, about some relentless anti-white activism that the schools, both public and private, are pushing. And so the conversation came up. And I want you to listen to this. And then I want you to listen at the very end to something that is quite fascinating. So listen to this exchange. It was Megyn Kelly describing to Bill Maher some of what she sees happening in public and private schools. There's no place to escape. There's no place to go unless you're homeschooling. There's nowhere to go in New York. And listen to this.
But you talked about this letter that the school put out.
So this is on the race issue.
Can I read some of the things that are from this letter,
Yep.
unless people think I'm losing my mind? There's a killer cop sitting in every school where white children learn. White children are left unchecked and unbothered in their homes, one sentence starts. Well, how old do you have to be before you can just be unchecked and unbothered?
Right.
You know, what age do you get bothered? I'm tired of white people reveling in their state-sanctioned depravity, snuffing out black life with no consequences. Go reform white kids. You know, it bothers me so much that I have to be on this side of this issue.
Yeah.
Because I've always been a civil rights advocate.
Yep.
You know, and don't make me Tucker Carlson. You're the nuts. This is insane.
Yep.
As black bodies drop like flies around us by violent white hands, there is racist problems in this country. But this is hyperbole.
Mm-hmm.
And this is making people crazy.
Yeah.
And children, what is, I mean...
Let me just stop there. Did you notice something right away? Bill Maher's program. All right? We know who the audience is. Are you listening?
But this is hyperbole. Mm-hmm. And this is making people crazy.
Yeah.
And children, what is, I mean...
What do you hear there, everybody? You hear applause. Bill Maher's audience is applauding what he's talking about.
This is not the way we get to the promised land.
Absolutely not. It's divisive, it's racist, and it's having exactly the opposite effect of the one they intend.
And I wonder how many people now in the audience are starting to realize that as well. The applause that is happening over Bill Maher calling out what is going on in New York public schools and how this is just getting carried away, both public and private. And this relentless anti-white activism that's happening in the New York schools, and they see it and they know what's going on. And if you're trying to get, like he said, to this promised land, this is not the way you do it. And an audience member's applauding, and they see it too. And I asked this question as we get ready to go to break and Drew's College of Political Knowledge coming up next, but it's this. Are we getting to a turning point in this country where you've gone too far? Even for the left, even for some in the left of the left in this country, you might say, no, that's what makes them the left, right? But Democrats as a whole, is there a point where the cancel culture starts to cancel you? Where in your wokeness, you're going to be outwoked and canceled, and the audience even sees how outrageous that this is, and it's happening to our kids. And so I wonder if it's a turning point, if it possibly could be. 239-479-5592. It's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along. All right, let's do it right now. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD, if you would like to play, if you would like your civics lesson to start off the week, and your politics lesson. We'll take caller number 5 right now at 239-479-5592. 5th caller right now. You'll play Drew's College next on Daybreak 92.5, Fox News, right all along.
This is 92.5 Fox News.
You need a fast, reliable network. So get fast, reliable internet from Comcast Business and add advanced security with Comcast Business Security Edge. They have 24/7 support, it's fast internet, and advanced security made simple. Bounce forward with Comcast Business.
I like daffodils, tulips, the big dinner plate dahlias. I loved being in the garden, but I wasn't going to be able to because I couldn't not only walk, but I couldn't really stand on my foot without being in pain. It was excruciating. So my husband said, let's go to the Good Feet store.
For over 20 years, we've helped people like Terry live the life they love without letting their feet get in the way.
This nice young man said, I think I can help you. He got the arch support, and I was fitted. And I kept walking back and forth across the store, and I looked at my husband and burst into tears because it was the first time in a year that I have not had any pain in my foot. I have had no pain since the day I bought them. Now I can do whatever I want. There isn't any place on my property that doesn't have flowers blooming 365 days a year. I still can't believe it. My name is Terry, and that's my Good Feet story.
See what we can do for you with a free personalized arch support fitting at the Good Feet store.
Call 552-FEET or visit us in Naples or our newest store in Fort Myers.
Let Naples Shutter enhance your home's beauty and increase its value. From our legendary all-wood plantation shutters made right here in Naples for over 40 years, to luxurious blinds and shades, to the unique island appeal of Bahama shutters, Naples Shutter has you covered with a lifetime guarantee and over 40,000 satisfied customers. Call 239-566-8161 today for a free estimate. That's 239-566-8161 or visit naplesshutter.com.
Naples, you've never experienced food as fresh as our produce at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market. The best part of growing over 70 types of fruits and vegetables on our very own farms is we can pick it, pack it, ship it, and have it in our stores for you within 24 hours. That's a freshness guarantee no one else can give. See you soon at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market.
Ever purchased an online item and either it doesn't fit, has missing parts, or became damaged? Trying to save a few bucks can end up costing more. My Shower Door is a locally owned and operated family business that measures, manufactures, and installs our own brand of frameless shower doors right here in Southwest Florida. And we were just named Lee County's Manufacturer of the Year. With almost 80,000 shower doors installed, we have the experience and expertise. Plus, estimates are always free. Want to see more? Go to myshowerdoor.com.
Drew's College of Political Knowledge is presented by France Eye Care. Better vision, better life.
Attention, class. It's time for Drew's College of Political Knowledge.
It's Drew's College.
All right, let's go to Logan in Estero. Hey, Logan. Hello, Logan.
I'm sorry, can you hear me?
I can hear you. It's me. Is that you?
Okay.
I'm here. Are you there?
It's me.
All right, it's Logan.
I'm here.
All right. It's Drew's College of Political Knowledge. 4 questions on politics. The more you get right, the higher the degree. We'll see if you earn a PhD. Your associate's degree question starts right now. Hey, Logan, you remember in 2018 we had the governor's race, right? In the state of Florida right here. Governor Ron DeSantis. Who did he beat to win?
Andrew Gillum.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a associate's degree. Let's see if you get a bachelor's degree on this question. Rick Scott. Remember, Rick Scott was the governor, and he won the Senate race. You remember who he beat?
Bill Nelson.
That is correct, sir. All right, you got a bachelor's. Let's see if you get a master's degree on this question. Who's the Chief Justice of the United States right now? The Chief Justice of the United States is who?
John Roberts.
That is correct, sir. That's right. You got it. You don't have to say anymore. Don't say anymore. Don't speak. All right. So you got a master's degree. We'll see if you get a PhD on this question. Listen carefully. In 1993, this president announced his don't ask, don't tell policy for gays in the military. 1993. Who was that president?
Bill Clinton.
That is correct, sir. Look at you. Good job. Congrats. That's the way you start off a week. Right there with a PhD on Drew's College for Logan and Estero. Logan, congratulations. That was a fantastic job. You see, you started out not being able to hear me, and now everybody's hearing you. The whole world hears you.
Yes, sir.
Well, maybe not the whole world, but everybody in the building. So congratulations there, Logan. We appreciate you calling there on Drew's College. We do it each and every day at 7:50. Impress your friends and family, and we'll do it again tomorrow. All right, coming up, the story behind the golden calf, the statue there, that golden statue of Donald Trump at CPAC. Yeah, there's a little behind the scenes I'll give you coming up.
Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
All tyranny needs to gain a foothold is for people of good conscience to remain silent. These days, a statement like that might get you banned from Twitter. Who said it? That radical Thomas Jefferson. I'm Lori Roman, president of the American Constitutional Rights Union, and this is a Live Free Minute. After more than 200 years of enjoying free speech, the current cancel culture has Americans fearful of expressing themselves. The First Amendment to the Constitution was written to stop the government from infringing on the God-given right of every American to express their views. We pledge that we will not remain silent. Please join ACRU in standing up against cancel culture, because without free speech, we can't live free. This Live Free Minute is brought to you by American Constitutional Rights Union, a national nonprofit organization in Naples, Florida. If you'd like to learn more about our work, visit livefreeminute.org. livefreeminute.org.
Searching everywhere for great prices on appliances? No, you're not, because you have better things to do. Besides, Good Deals has it for less, and they have plenty of items in stock despite shortages everywhere else. Remember, Good Deals guarantees the lowest price on everything they sell. Find a lower price anywhere, and Jay will beat it, guaranteed. Visit one of the showrooms in Fort Myers, Naples, and Cape Coral, or shop online at gooddealsappliances.com.
Good Deals Appliances. Have we got a deal for you?
He returned with a question. I'm Dave Anthony, Fox News.
Do you miss me yet?
And you can guess the answer conservatives at CPAC in Orlando gave him.
With your help, we will take back the House. We will win the Senate. And then a Republican president will make a triumphant return to the White House. And I wonder who that will be.
Conservatives at CPAC even had a "We love you" chant for the former president.
A straw poll there showed that 97% of those attending approved of his job as president. He name-checked a number of Republicans who either voted to impeach him or convict him in the aftermath of the attack on the Capitol back in January. And he launched one broadside after another against the Biden administration on immigration and school closures.
Fox's Doug Luzader. Today, President Biden will have a virtual meeting with Mexico's leader, who Reuters reports will ask the U.S. to share some of our COVID vaccine supply. After getting FDA approval over the weekend, Johnson & Johnson's vaccine is on the move. Fox's Tanya J. Powers has an update live.
Dave, the new doses will add nearly 4 million shots. They're being delivered to the states in time for injections as soon as tomorrow. Johnson & Johnson says it will deliver about 16 million more doses by the end of this month, 100 million total by the end of June. The FDA okayed the emergency use authorization for the single-shot vaccine on Saturday. The CDC followed suit yesterday. The White House is encouraging Americans to take whichever dose is available to them, regardless of the manufacturer. Dave.
Tony, New York Governor Andrew Cuomo is now facing an investigation by the state's attorney general after a second woman accused him of sexual harassment. Fox's Carly Shimkus reads a Cuomo statement.
I do on occasion tease people in what I think is a good-natured way. I now understand that my interactions may have been insensitive or too personal.
America's listening to Fox News.
92.5 WFSX Estero. It's 8 o'clock on Southwest Florida's news and talk station, 92.5 Fox News.
Wink News traffic.
There is a crash reported on the interstate at mile marker 136, which is just near Colonial Boulevard heading northbound, but I'm not seeing traffic delayed as of right now. If you are heading out in Immokalee, there's a crash at Roberts and 9th. This is slowing traffic on 9th between Immokalee Drive and Roberts. You can easily avoid this if you take 11th. Also, a disabled vehicle at Wiggins Pass and North Tamimi Trail, still delaying traffic southbound, just a touch on 41, but we are slammed on Immokalee Road if you're heading west towards 951. That's your up to the minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're going to start with some patchy fog across parts of Southwest Florida, then a mixture of sunshine and clouds as we go throughout the day. Warm, humid, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to near 90. More patchy fog for your Tuesday morning. A few stray showers possible during the second half of the day, as high temperatures are in the 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, with another opportunity for some passing rain. Sunny and dry for Thursday, Friday, and then we do bring in another storm system and cold front with scattered showers and a few storms by Saturday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
I won't give up the ship.
Talking about what matters.
This country is too great to throw over to communism. I love it.
92.5 Fox News.
Hi, this is Earl Ron, president of New South Window.
New South is Florida's factory direct window company. We manufacture, install, and guarantee your windows for life. One company, one call. Our replacement windows are made to better enhance the energy efficiency of your home and stand up to Florida weather. New South Window, home of the ultimate Florida window for you. Made in Florida, for Florida homes, by Florida workers, because we know Florida weather.
Going on now. Save 35% off factory direct windows and doors. Call 1-800-NEW-WINDOWS.
The Diamond District has the largest selection of GIA certified diamonds at the most competitive prices in the world. Jason and Todd have partnered with De Beers in Canada and Africa, and they've traveled to Israel, Antwerp, and India to select the most beautiful diamonds. Visit the Diamond District today for your best diamond buying experience.
Trust. It's not a concept, it's a commitment.
Reliable and honest every single day.
At Wink News, we're committed to reporting the news that matters for you.
Thank you for trusting Wink News. This is a big story.
And that affects you.
We're coming to you live.
Because if we're asking for your trust, we will continue our commitment to be trustworthy.
The reason people trust us is the people that work here.
With 6 decades in the community, trust Wink News. Weeknights at 6.
All new Dr. Phil.
A couple living every parent's worst nightmare.
A celebrity TV doctor's warning to parents.
Children everywhere are dying, and it is a big deal, and no one has been talking about it.
Her teenage son dead after ordering a pill online.
We want people to educate their kids. You're buying this stuff, you have no idea what you're getting.
If we had known that our son had any kind of drug, he would still be alive.
New Dr. Phil.
Dr. Phil, today at 5 on WXCW.
After a car accident, you can feel like you've lost control. I'm Glenn Levine from the law offices of Anajar & Levine. Our team can help you understand your legal options after an accident. We will file your claim and fight for the full compensation you deserve. If you've been involved in a car accident, call the law offices of Anajar & Levine at 1-800-747-FREE. That's 1-800-747-3733 for a free consultation. And take back control of your life.
Offices Fort Myers and Naples.
From 92.5 Fox News.
It's the stuff Southwest Florida is talking about.
It's Daybreak. Now, here's the guy at the epicenter of what's important to those of us who live in Southwest Florida. Drew Steve.
Well, good morning, Southwest Florida. Glad you're here. 239-479-5592. There is the talk and text line. Streaming live, drewsteele.com, the website. Steele has 3 E's. You can go there to watch on your smart device, smartphone, your computer. And then, of course, YouTube and Facebook, both at Drew Steele Radio. Some of the President Trump from yesterday at CPAC. And certainly people were excited to see him. And some of what he said yesterday was about the Biden disaster, not doing very well in these first days.
Joe Biden has had the most disastrous first month of any president in modern history. That's true. Already the Biden administration has proven that they are anti-jobs, anti-family, anti-borders, anti-energy, anti-women, and anti-science. In just one short month, we have gone from America first to America last. You think about it, right? America last.
Is he wrong? Is he wrong? 239-479-5592. A little of the president talking about electing tough Republican leaders that staying within the party there.
Congratulations on getting in, by the way. I'm very proud.
I think he was talking about Jim Acosta. Because I was there walking at CPAC, and there was this big crowd of people, and I saw the whole exchange with this crowd and Jim Acosta, who was standing there. It was pretty interesting to see that he was there, and because at CPAC we let you come in, we let you hang out.
And that's why I'm announcing that I will be actively working to elect strong, tough, and smart Republican leaders.
He's not going anywhere, everybody. I mean, to the detriment of some who wish that he would go away. It's not going to happen. There are some people who have had enough of even hearing from the former presidents talking about there's not going to be any new party.
We're not starting new parties. They kept saying, he's going to start a brand new party. We have the Republican Party. It's going to unite and be stronger than ever before. I am not starting a new party. That was fake news. Fake news, no.
Yeah. So just a little bit of the president from CPAC from yesterday. In case you missed it, we'll have more audio coming up, top 5 audio clips of the day. We'll have a bunch of clips as well. But a couple of other things I wanted to mention today. And I said I was going to do it right now because, there was something that happened over the weekend. And if you're on my Twitter account, and Jake, if you go to my Twitter account at Drew Steele Radio, you'll see the pictures. So CPAC, great event. It was awesome. A lot of liberty and freedom-loving Americans getting together, understanding that the fight continues, the political fight continues. We're not going to stop. It's not going away. We're not going away. We're not going anywhere. That we care about this country. We desperately care about what is happening, especially with this administration and the things that this administration is doing, and what the left in this country plans on continuing to do, and how we need to be prepared to fight that this is not. We're not going to just lay down and say, okay, well, we're defeated. We're not, and we're going to continue to fight and make sure that we primary, especially locally and on a state level, and get people that are going to be representing us, that share our values and share the values of the country. And there's no two ways about it. That's what we will be doing. And so as we're walking around, I'm with Mike Opelka, and we're walking around and checking out some of the things that were there at CPAC. And we had a couple of minutes, and he said, hey, why don't we go to the exhibition hall and find out what's over there? Because they have this exhibition hall. And, they have different groups that are there with pamphlets, so you can find out more about certain PACs and certain, the NRA and others that are there, right? And you can go and learn more about them. And you can get some merch, right? You can buy some swag. You can buy some T-shirts, whether it's patriotic T-shirts, it's just Trump stuff, whatever it is, right? So you go to the exhibition hall. So if you're looking right now on my Twitter account at Drew Steele Radio, you see Mike Opelka, and he put up, my pal Drew Steele Radio and I found the Golden Trump statue. The Golden Trump statue. And there it is, and we're standing in front of it. And he was like, hey, here's what we do. Let's do one of these goofy buddy movie pictures where, we're the backs, we're arms folded and our back is to the statue, and just have a little bit of fun with this, right? Okay. So we walk up and we find the statue, and we walk closer to it. And the first thing that Mike does is goes to the individual that's there who brought it in and says, so what is this all about? What's going on here? And his answer to us right away, remember, this is the group that brought the golden statue in. They said, got you here, didn't it? That's the first comment he made. Got you here, didn't it? It did. And it got a whole lot of other folks' attention. So right away, we knew that part of this was that these individuals were going to troll others who feel like that there is this cult of Trump that's going on, and it's the golden calf, biblical golden calf, right? This idol worship going on. It's not happening. And so tell us more. And so we listened to what Look Ahead America was doing. Look Ahead America was the PAC that's there that brought the statue in. Millions of rural and blue-collar patriotic Americans disaffected and disenfranchised from the nation's corridors of power. Their fears ignored, their priorities dismissed, their values ridiculed. They've become cynical and pessimistic about a government that so often does not hear their voices. And their mission is to register, educate, and enfranchise disaffected citizens and ensure that their voices are not just heard but heeded, that the American dream becomes their dream again. It's part of their mission statement on their lookaheadamerica.org. Okay, so they're an organization that's trying to get attention. They want you to see and hear what they have to say. So they thought, what better way to do this than to bring the statue in? And boy, did it work. Now, I bring all this up because this is important. This was important to me, and I hope you understand where I'm coming from. How many of you heard about the statue, saw the statue, heard people talking about it, maybe saw my picture next to it at Drew Steele Radio on Twitter or whatever the case may be, and thought, well, this is appalling. Look at these idol worshipers. They're bringing out a golden statue of Trump. This is how sick the party has become. This is how sick Trump supporters are. This is what CPAC is all about and how sick it is, and I'm out. And how many of you put that out on your Twitter account and didn't take a half a second, knowing full well that a fake news legacy media was going to run with it and run with your thoughts right away on it and kind of feed into what your belief was as to what that statue was to begin with, as opposed to doing some homework and trying to find out what exactly it was doing there, which you didn't do. And I was disgusted to see and disheartened and disappointed to see some on Twitter who were quick to go after the former president because they hated him anyway, to go after CPAC because they hated anyway, to go after conservatives because they're not one anyway. Maybe they're a Democrat or a libertarian and they just don't like some of the policies anyway. And so they jumped on this. And and didn't take a half a second to even find out the story behind it. We did. And funny enough, the Hill did a write-up on it. Turns out that there's an artist who's an American expat, lives in Mexico, and he spent 6 months creating this statue. And it's made out of fiberglass, painted in chrome before transporting it, right? Shows Trump wearing a suit jacket, red tie, as well as American flag shorts and flip-flops. He's selling it right now. And after the footage of the statue being rolled out through the hallways of CPAC on Thursday evening went viral, several Twitter users began comparing it to the Old Testament account of the golden calf. The Old Testament story, the golden calf was worshipped by the Israelites in the absence of Moses as he went up to Mount Sinai. In the Bible, God punished those who worshipped it. You get the whole story, you know it. Okay. The guy who created this pushed back against the characterization. The artist titled this Trump and His Magic Wand. Now, if you look at the picture, you'll notice that the statue is holding a wand. First of all, he's wearing shorts and flip-flops, okay? Did you take a second to think about what that meant, or did you just kind of run with it? And I mean, you would imagine if you were a cult worshiper of Donald Trump that you might put a full suit on him instead of holding a magic wand. You might do. I don't know. I'm not a cult worshiper, so I'm just putting it out there. So the creator of the statue was pushing back, and he's like, "It's not an idol. It's not what this was about." The magic wand was a reference to what, everybody? The magic wand was a reference to this.
Somebody says, like the person you just mentioned, who I'm not going to advertise for, that he's going to bring all these jobs back. Well, how exactly are you going to do that? What are you going to do? There's no answer to it. He just says, well, I'm going to negotiate a better deal. Well, how exactly are you going to negotiate that? What magic wand do you have? And usually the answer is he doesn't have an answer.
That's why he did it. He was doing it to try to show people that the magic wand, meaning that he's got the magic wand. When Obama said, what magic wand are you going to use? And here's Trump is saying, step back for a second. I'll show you what I've got. And what he was able to do when it comes to negotiations and immigration and everything that was going. That's his story. That's what he was doing that for. The reason why he was wearing shorts and flip-flops was because the guy who created it lives in Florida. That's all. And it was just a tropical feel to the that's all it was. But here's my point. it wasn't meant to be a golden calf idol worship moment. They wheeled it around CPAC because they wanted people to see it and then ask what it was. And what it was the ability for Look Ahead America to say, well, thanks for asking. It was a promotional tool for them. And look, I get it. I get it. That there are people that are worried that that's how far this is going. It's becoming, and people that don't understand that individuals can put aside the man and look at the policies, and that's what's important, to keep the policies alive and to get rid of the swamp and to get rid of certain individuals that are in the Republican Party that are not doing anything but destroying the party and ensuring that there will be losses from now until who knows how long, because all they do is acquiesce. They don't fight. They don't have spines. That I get it, that there are people that are worried about this kind of leap into this idol worship type thing. But that's not what this was. That's not what it is. And instead of taking a moment to find out and not say anything about it and look at it as, okay, it's a humorous thing, and there's a PAC that's using it to call attention to themselves because they knew it would work and they know some of you would be duped, that you ran with it instead of finding out more about it. When the guy's like, it worked, you came down here to find out what's going on with the statue. And it's just discouraging because you would think that certain individuals would be better than that. And that if you have that kind of hatred for the president, we get it. But I don't know, when it comes to that, pick your battles. And do a little homework and just don't jump on because you feel like, I don't know, you have to, you want to. The idea here is that Donald Trump, the politician, is not going away. The idea is that the America First values and the people who care about this country and understand what he was fighting for and the things he was doing that too many times Republicans talk the talk but never walk the walk, getting rid of regulations, lowering taxes, caring about our rights, our rights to speech and our rights to be not worried about losing our Second Amendment rights and our faith. And that you can separate the two. And too many times they just put them all in the same place and just want to dismiss and get rid of. And it was just, I don't know, something that frustrated me. And that there were libertarians and conservatives that jumped on instead of kind of asking what it was. So it's like, calm down. Just calm down. It's not what it was. But anyway. All right. I just thought I would put that out there. I hope that made sense. 239-479-5592. That's all. It's Daybreak 92.5 Fox News. If you want to watch, drewsteele.com is the website. Let's find out what's happening with traffic up to the minute. Here's Sabrina Katz.
Traffic is a bit congested on 75 if you're heading south of Alico Road, seeing about a half mile of slower traffic than usual. So if you're in a rush, you can stick to 41 or 3 Oaks. Also, my commuters in Immokalee, that crash at 9th and Roberts is still slowing traffic north and south on 9th between Immokalee Drive and Roberts. We are very slow as well getting off of 75 onto Golden Gate Parkway, heading west to Livingston Road, as well as delays on that Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers. That's Trip to the Minute traffic. I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
Patchy fog as we start a brand new week and a brand new month. A mixture of sunshine and clouds, though, for this afternoon. Warm and humid with a high temperature of 86. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
When your liberal relatives from up north come for a month, turn up 92.5 Fox News in the house, in the car, and on the radio at the beach. 92.5 Fox News. Right all along.
Where do designers store their clients' furniture when doing an estate home remodel? Rice's Moving and Transport in Naples, with over 10,000 square feet of air-conditioned storage space. Designers use Rice's Moving and Transport for one reason: trust. They know Rice's moving team will pad wrap and inspect all articles carefully, then securely store them. Contractors use Rice's during a remodel to store customers' personal items too. Upon completion, everything is then returned to your home, completely unpacked and carefully reassembled. Another important point to consider when selecting a mover is this: only a handful of moving companies actually follow all the laws. Many moving companies simply pay employees in cash. This creates an issue for you as they are not insured. If there's an accident, you're responsible. So if you're planning a whole home or condo remodel, or need help moving and storing your treasured furniture and valuables, trust Rice's Moving and Transport, fully licensed and insured for your peace of mind. Rice'sMoving.net, moving you into the future.
At Mr. Sparky, we're America's on-time electrician. Flickering lights and hot switches can be annoying, but they can also signal a major problem, or worse, an electrical emergency. So play it safe and leave it to the experts at Mr. Sparky. We'll get it done right and get it done safely. Call now for $77 off any repair.
You don't have to put up with any malarkey. Call 888-8-SPARKY.
Limitations and restrictions may apply. Independently owned and operated. Licensed in the respective state or county.
You've never experienced food as fresh as our produce at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market. The best part of growing over 70 types of fruits and vegetables on our very own farms is we can pick it, pack it, ship it, and have it in our stores for you within 24 hours. That's a freshness guarantee no one else can give. See you soon at Seed to Table and Oaks Farms Market.
No payments till after summer at Rockstar Harley on any new Harley this week. Annual percentage rates such as 1.99% and no payments until after summer on any new Harley at Rockstar Harley now through Sunday.
No payments for 120 days. No interest for 90 days with approved credit.
There is nothing that changes as much as tax law. After all, there have been tax changes, stimulus dollars, changes on the changes, but they're all meant to put more money in your pocket. Don't make a mistake that could cost you thousands. Let EG Tax be your tax interpreter and guide. Come join the EG Tax family at their Naples office across from Tamiami Ford. Call 239-262-2009. That's 262-2009. Or click egtax.com. That's egtax.com.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
Hey, just a reminder, it is the first Friday of the month coming up this Friday, and that means we will be at First Fridays at Seed to Table. The corner of Livingston and Immokalee Road, North Naples. Will be there broadcasting live 6 to 9 a.m. They'll open up an hour earlier, so they'll be open at 6 a.m. so you can have a great breakfast, coffee, whatever you would like. Come join us live as the show will be at Seed to Table, Oaks Farm Seed to Table on Friday, this Friday, 6 to 9 a.m. We'll be broadcasting live once again, our First Friday series. Every first Friday, we are out at Seed to Table. So we'll look forward to seeing you there. All right, before we go to break, Jackson Naples, we got about a minute. Jack wanted to talk about some local politicians, I guess. Go ahead, Jack.
Yeah, Drew, thanks for having me on. I think I can do this in a minute.
All right.
What I feel right now is we're trying to bite off too much, maybe, with the whole national thing. And I think the average guy living in Naples, I specifically live in Naples, need more attention spent on the local politicians.
Yeah.
I know my politician, I'd like to know where he stands on specific things, and I think I'm pretty underinformed, and I depend on you quite a bit for that information as far as where he's at with his records.
Okay.
I think if we spent some more time on that, the local guys would be able to keep the politics of Naples and Lee County in Naples and Lee County, and from someone who's coming down who's never lived here.
Yeah. No, well, listen, that's the... Well, Jack, we've got to run right now because we've got to go to a hard break. If you want to hold on, we can talk after the break. But to Jack's point, here's the thing. We got session coming up. We're going to be talking about what's going on in the state and certainly how we're going to be affected locally by state politics. That's going to be coming up. And then, we're going to dig into local politicians. And certainly we're going to question those that will be running in the future and keep an eye on people. And look, if we've got questions about decisions that have been made, we've been tough on people in the past. We'll continue to be tough. All right, top 5 audio clips of the day coming up.
This is Daybreak. 92.5 Fox News.
I'm John Morgan of Morgan & Morgan. When I was born, I got lucky, a gift if you will. My early life was really hard for many reasons, but at the time, it really didn't seem all that hard. I had a close relationship with my brothers and sister and loads of friends. Those days of desperation and poverty led me to my job today, representing the people, not the powerful. But my job is really not a job because I never considered it work. In many ways, it's more like a public service. Now, as I age, I get to look back at all the cases and all the people and all the trials. And the best part is when I get to see you all out and about. When I pray before I sleep, I thank God for the gift I received at birth, the genuine love I have for people, all people. Maybe that's why my work never seemed like work to me. When I was born, I got lucky. I got to meet all of you. Morgan & Morgan, forthepeople.com. Dial pound law on your cell.
Offices, Fort Myers and Naples.
I cannot tell you how awesome it is when my family comes over and I say, you're going to get great tasting water straight from your faucet. I'm telling you, it's great on your skin, your hair, and your appliances. Think of what your water's doing now. Well, you should call now for your free multi-point Pentair water test. And I'm telling you, you're going to love the way your water tastes with your new Pentair water system. Every faucet in your house, it's the coolest thing ever. And there's a big difference when you call a Pentair water specialist. When you give Max a call at Pentair, trained, uniformed experts in our city and well water. That's a big deal, right? With their mobile showroom, you're wondering what you're going to get. A wide range of water treatment options, and you can see them in front of you. They install your new Pentair water system for you, and the big news right now is Pentair has a new Easy Flow under-counter filtration system. It is certified to reduce 99% of lead. Call now for your free water test, and right now save 15% on your whole home water system like I have in my house. With Pentair, never any sales pressure, so call them, 239-880-7799, or book online at PelicanWestFL.com.
This is Lois. At Wink News, we're on the phone. We're on the beat. We're on the scene.
We're working every angle. We're working for you.
From breaking news to the Weather Authority.
More than 60 years of reporting excellence is a reputation earned. How do we do what we do?
Sorry, I can't talk right now.
Sorry, I'm too busy. We tell you how we're doing it.
Sorry, I'm on assignment right now. I'm on a deadline.
If we weren't so busy doing it.
Getting it first, getting it right.
Trust Wink News, weeknights at 6.
Next, Rachel.
Isn't it strange? This has now become therapy for me.
Makeover Monday gets kicked off with 3 words: sheet pan supper.
Look how pretty that is.
Then, the mother of all DIY makeovers.
I haven't worn a heel in about 25 years.
Will make you shriek. And
I was over 536 pounds.
Actor Ethan Suplee's inspiring reflections on his extreme weight loss. Next, Rachel.
Rachel Ray, this morning at 11 on WXCW.
This update is presented by Stevie Tomato's Sports Page in Fort Myers, Cape Coral, and Naples.
Wink News traffic.
Traffic is a bit congested on 75 if you're heading south of Alico Road, seeing about a half mile of slower traffic than usual. So if you're in a rush, you can stick to 41 or 3 Oaks. Also, my commuters in Immokalee, that crash at 9th and Roberts is still slowing traffic north and south on 9th between Immokalee Drive and Roberts. We are very slow as well getting off of 75 onto Golden Gate Parkway, heading west to Livingston Road, as well as delays on that Midpoint Bridge heading into Fort Myers. The Trip to the Minute traffic, I'm Sabrina Katz. Wink News now.
Wink Weather Authority.
We're going to start with some patchy fog across parts of southwest Florida, then a mixture of sunshine and clouds as we go throughout the day. Warm, humid, high temperatures in the mid to upper 80s to near 90. More patchy fog for your Tuesday morning. A few stray showers possible during the second half of the day, as high temperatures are in the 80s for your Tuesday and your Wednesday, with another opportunity for some passing rain. Sunny and dry for Thursday, Friday, and then we do bring in another storm system and cold front with scattered showers and a few storms by Saturday. With Wink News, I'm meteorologist Matt Devitt, Weather Authority.
Serving up a tray load of truth today on 92.5 Fox News.
Hi, it's Big Al from Stevie Tomatoes. They say love and passion makes the world go round. Love for home, family, your country, partner, a friend, and love for food. Stevie wants to be part of your love with our food, drink, sports, and fun. Our passion for your satisfaction brings our love to all of our great customers. Whether it's our brisket short rib burgers, Chicago pizza, fajitas, wings, fish fry, or ribs, it's delivered to your table with love. So at Stevie's, we invite you to share our love of great food, drinks, sports, and fun. You'll never get bored or broke. We feel loved by the sound of our great customers. We promise to treat you like family at your home away from home. I guarantee it. For daily specials, go to StevieTomato.com. Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page, Cape Coral, Fort Myers, and Naples. Come, come, come.
Stevie Tomatoes Sports Page. Come for the food. Stay for the sports.
Trust. It's the rock-solid foundation of Moran Wealth Management. Over 40 years ago, they began advising clients on ways to help meet their financial goals. 4 decades later, we've helped many reach their goals of providing for themselves, their families, and future generations. CEO Tom Moran has assembled an impressive team of professionals, each committed to the same core concept. Tom is recognized by Barron's as a Hall of Fame advisor. To be named a Hall of Fame advisor, the advisor has to have been ranked by Barron's consecutively for the last 10 years in any of their rankings. Let us earn your trust. Call 239-920-4440 or visit moranwm.com. Barron's rankings are based on data provided by thousands of advisors. Factors included in the rankings were assets under management, revenue produced for the firm, regulatory record, length of service, quality of practice, and client retention. Investment products and services are offered through Wells Fargo Advisors Financial Network, LLC, WFAFN, member SIPC. Moran Wealth Management is a separate entity from WFAFN.
Let Naples Shutter enhance your home's beauty and increase its value. From our legendary all-wood plantation shutters made right here in Naples for over 40 years, to luxurious blinds and shades, to the unique island appeal of Bahama shutters, Naples Shutter has you covered with a lifetime guarantee and over 40,000 satisfied customers. Call 239-566-8161 today for a free estimate. That's 239-566-8161 or visit naplesshutter.com.
Hey, this is Papa reporting that a lady recently complained that she did not like my commercial about the guy spitting chewing tobacco. She said that sound made her sick. I asked her what she thought about my commercial of Bart the donkey, and she went... Either way, a special thanks to over 4,000 wonderful people who did respond to Papa's wacky commercials and making this past year our biggest, most profitable year in over 30 years. On behalf of my sons, Casey, Kerry, and Cody, we invite you to call Papa for our free tile roof inspection. If we find needed repairs, we'll do our best to make it affordable. Let us show you how we can clean and seal your tile roof, pavers, and pool decks the eco-friendly way, and it's cleaner, safer, and lasts longer. We promise to keep the donkey off your roof. Call me, Papa, for our free tile roof inspection. 945-2700. That's 945-2700. Remember, area code 239-945-2700. We're open 24/7. License number CCC 1326213.
True relief for back and neck pain.
In my office, Johnston Spinal Care 596 Back, every day I talk with patients that for so many years just suffered with back or neck pain. Many just assuming that it was normal or something they had to live with. They'd tried injections, epidurals, or even surgery with no success, always looking for a chair to relieve pain, or always dreading pain while sleeping or getting out of bed. It's time to treat the root of the problem. Please don't think there are no other options. You can overcome problems from sciatica, stenosis, neuropathy, bulging degenerative discs, or scoliosis. Non-surgical spinal decompression can change your life. Think of how much happier you'd be without pain. This Medicare-friendly treatment combines science and technology to offer a state-of-the-art, non-surgical procedure that is remarkably effective. We always offer a free telephone consultation and free x-rays to see if you're a candidate for spinal decompression. Johnston Spinal Care, we're here for you. Call 596-BACK. 596-BACK. That's 596-2225.
This is Drew Steele on 92.5 Fox News.
All right, 239-479-5592, the talk and text line, streaming live. You can watch drewsteele.com. The website, DREWSTEELE. You can go to Facebook at Drew Steele Radio if you would like as well to watch. All right, time right now for the top 5 audio clips of the day. Today? That was weird the way. Okay. Top 5 audio clips of the day. It's the 5 at 8:35.
Drew's Top 5 at 8:35 is brought to you by Moran Wealth Management. Isn't it time to review your portfolio options? Go to moranwm.com.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
Number 5.
We're not starting new parties. You know, they kept saying, he's going to start a brand new party. We have the Republican Party. It's going to unite and be stronger than ever before. I am not starting a new party. That was fake news. Fake news, no.
There you go. One of the things that the former President Trump said yesterday at CPAC was no new parties. It's not happening. It's fake news. The fake news legacy media putting that out there and others. No new party. So if you're thinking about that, don't think about it. Republican Party. That's we got to take the Republican Party, not necessarily take it back because it's been gone for a long time, but take it. I'll take it back, yeah.
Number 4.
Gene Robinson, I mean, this Democratic Party of 2021, can you imagine Andrew Cuomo surviving in it?
It's kind of tough right now. I mean, look, I've been in management, right, and I have managed and mentored female subordinates, and have done so without any reference to their sex lives. I mean, and that should be a no-brainer, and it should have been a no-brainer years and years and years ago.
Oh, really? Years and years and years ago. It should have been a no-brainer. Are you suggesting that Andrew Cuomo, New York governor, and the NBC panel there talking about his sexual misconduct allegation and nursing home cover-up, and Eugene Robinson is like, listen, I've been in business before. I never had this kind of issue. It's been going on for years and years. Yeah, well, it's the Democrats. You know, they can keep doing all of that. And even when they get caught, what do you think is going to happen? He apologized. He's like, oh, look, I'm a funny guy. I'm just having fun. You know, and there's people, I talk about different things. And, you know, we say stuff. And that's the way it works in business, right? Doesn't it? Right? Right? Right?
Number 3.
Now, in South Dakota, I provided all of the information that we had to our people, and then I trusted them to make the best decisions for themselves, for their families, and in turn, their communities. We never focused on the case numbers. Instead, we kept our eye on hospital capacity. Now, Dr. Fauci, he told me that on my worst day, I'd have 10,000 patients in the hospital. On our worst day, we had a little over 600. Now, I don't know if you agree with me, but Dr. Fauci is wrong a lot.
Oh, you shouldn't say that. Can't say that. That's Governor Kristi Noem, South Dakota, there at CPAC. Oh, no, you can't say the Fauci's wrong. Oh, the left in this country was upset. As a matter of fact, the Fauci was brought on to one of the weekend shows to talk about this. How dare she say something like that? I'll have that audio coming up in just a second.
Number 2.
President Biden has taken to asking critics of his COVID relief bill, what would you cut? The nonpartisan Congressional Budget Office says that more than 1/3 of the total bill, $700 billion, would not be spent this year, but would be spent between 2022 and 2031. So how does that qualify as COVID relief?
Well, first, Chris, the focus of the package is getting direct checks to the American people, getting vaccines in the arms of Americans, and ensuring that people who need help at this very difficult time.
Yeah, just stop. She doesn't answer the question. So there's Fox News Channel's Chris Wallace, who's pressing the press secretary, Jen Psaki. Well, hold on a second. You got all this money, $1.9 trillion, which, by the way, there's $1 trillion that's still outstanding from the last stimulus that hasn't been spent. But we don't care about that because we just got to have more and more and more and more money because we don't want to open up the economy across the country. No, we can't do that because then we don't have the kind of control that we have right now. You know, as governors, we kind of like this. We got this taste of this kind of control, and it's really fun. And I can tell you not to go someplace, and I can head out the door and go someplace myself. You know how that kind of thing works out when it comes to COVID. But anyway, there's Jen Psaki when being pressed about, wait, hold on, we got $700 billion that's not going to be spent between 2022 and 2031. How does that have to do with the money that people need right now? And she's like, hey, did I tell you how great it is that people are getting shots in their arms? Thanks to Joe Biden getting shots in arms. You know, Joe Biden, who still isn't sure that he was vaccinated at all. after he told everybody that, there was no plan, there was no vaccines as he rolled into office on January 20th, only to discover that somebody knocked on the door and said, Joe, yeah, it's me. Hey, listen, you were vaccinated in December. I don't know if you remember that or not. Actually, I do. You don't remember that at all.
Number 1.
Joe Biden has had the most disastrous first month of any president in modern history. That's true. Already the Biden administration has proven that they are anti-jobs, anti-family, anti-borders, anti-energy, anti-women, and anti-science. In just one short month, we have gone from America first to America last.
Is he wrong? That's the former president of the United States at CPAC yesterday.
Drew's 5 at 8:35.
And I see on Twitter that Trump's CPAC is trending right now, Trump's CPAC. And, there are people in this country that want to attach CPAC, Trump together, evil, bad, golden calves, statues being brought out, crazy people. That's what it was. It was just a mass of crazy people that were around. And you should hear some of the conspiracy theories that were going. Nope, there was none of that. There were freedom-loving Americans who were there, people who care about the Constitution and the constitutional republic, and the fact that there are some in this country on the left who are doing everything and anything that they can to take it away from you. And that's their policy. And people are concerned about it. And we like that we formerly had a president who cared about that, who cared about getting rid of regulations, who cared about a Supreme Court, who cared about lowering taxes, who cared about the dangers, the very real dangers of China against the globe, and some of the other things that are going on or were going on at the time that the president was willing to confront and address and be honest about, as opposed to the weak-kneed, spineless Republicans that have been there in the past that talked the big talk but didn't walk a walk. But yet, there are people that are upset about CPAC and golden statues that were nothing like what people thought they were about. But that's okay. I mean, they run with it because they hated the president to begin with. And I already talked about that. But I did want to talk about this. So I played that audio of Kristi Noem from South Dakota, who was saying it was the Fauci that said on her worst day that they would have 10,000 patients in the hospital. The worst day they had was a little over 600. I don't know if you agree with me, but Dr. Fauci is wrong a lot. That's what she said. To applause, thunderous applause from the crowd. And we can go down the line of all the different things that the Fauci said, don't wear masks and wear masks for 15 days to stop the 30-day spread, to get people back in their homes, to stop people from going to school. But then there's evidence that the kids should go back to school, but not go. You know the bounce around, right? We're not allowed to talk about the Fauci. So, the media was all over this. Oh, the fake news legacy media was like, hey, listen, we got to get the Fauci on, face the nation. Come on, you got to talk about this. Let's have you confront what she said. Remember what she said. And so it was face the nation with the Fauci.
Governor Kristi Noem of South Dakota delivered a speech to a conservative conference yesterday, and she touted her decisions. She got a standing ovation when she said...
Oh, outrageous, a standing ovation when she said...
She ignored the medical advice of experts, and specifically you.
We never focused on the case numbers. Instead, we kept our eye on hospital capacity. Now, Dr. Fauci, he told me that on my worst day, I'd have 10,000 patients in the hospital. On our worst day, we had a little over 600. Now, I don't know if you agree with me, but Dr. Fauci is wrong a lot.
All right, now let me stop right there because also I played that audio of Governor DeSantis on with Life, Liberty, and Mark Levin yesterday as well, who was talking about how, look, he would see the evidence before him early on in the pandemic where they were told, and here in the state and everybody, the CDC was saying, look, what you got to do is you got to vaccinate the young, everybody. You got to vaccinate the young, and anybody 65 and older, they'll wait their turn. And he was like, no, we're not doing that. And looked at the data, looked at the science, didn't agree with it. And we took the bold steps, which were the right steps, of making sure the 65 and up population was vaccinated before the young, because the evidence is there. We know all the numbers about who is affected by this and who isn't. We know how deadly this virus is and how it is not as deadly as some might make it out to be. It's just the fact. It's the numbers. It's the science. It's the data. And in the same way that Kristi Noem was looking and saying, oh, hold on a second. We're going to take a different direction here. We're not going to shut down the state. And just like the state of Florida and South Dakota and other states that decided not to lock down the way that others have, and the numbers are similar. So let's not make it sound as if those that didn't lock down had these horrible, tragic issues. They didn't. And so, of course, they got the Fauci on the program, and here's Face the Nation.
How much of an impediment is sentiment like that to the nation's recovery?
Okay. So, number one, did she even bother to ask if it was true? No, she said, well, basically, what's the country's psyche going to be if you got a governor saying something like that against you, and you're just doing the right thing? And what's the answer? Does he defend himself? Does he say specifically that she's wrong in what she said?
It's unfortunate, but it is not really helpful, because sometimes you think things are going well, and just take a look at the numbers. They don't lie. We see, Margaret, what happens when you pull back prematurely. Now, you're going to have individual instances of situations where people may not have and didn't see a rebound right away. But you've really got to be careful, particularly now that we have variants in this country.
I just have to stop. So then he gets into variants in the country and things that are happening but haven't happened yet or just beginning to happen now. But again, we go back there, and it's unfortunate, not really helpful. Take a look at the numbers. They don't lie. She's giving you the numbers. The numbers that you said were going to happen, and they didn't. Again, he doesn't defend himself. I'm just putting that out there. 239-479-5592. I mean, you would imagine if that's what they want, right? The outrage. How dare you say something like that? She's wrong. What else do we have here? Oh, the other things when it comes to the vaccine that was being discussed as well. The president was talking about his concern about the president not even knowing that he was vaccinated, right? Not even realizing, what did he say?
He got his shot. He got his vaccine. He forgot. It shows you how unpainful that vaccine shot is. So everybody go get your shot. He forgot. So it wasn't very traumatic, obviously.
Talking about the fact that he got his shot in December, and he was telling everybody January 20th was the day that they realized there were no vaccines. Nothing was happening. There was no plan. There's no vaccines. And meanwhile, he got vaccinated on December 19th, I think it was. Like, he didn't even realize it. But then the president, former President Trump, was also talking about the teachers' unions.
There's no reason whatsoever why the vast majority of young Americans should not be back in school immediately. The only reason that most parents do not have that choice is because Joe Biden sold out America's children to the teachers' unions.
Is he wrong? Again, is he wrong? And we know what we've done here in the state. And this becomes something that's frustrating for a lot of people, is that we have examples of what we've been able to do here in the state, and everybody recognizes it. You all know it. Even if you're visiting here, you all are visiting from out of the state, and you come here to the state of Florida, and you're like, this is a completely different place. From what I left, I can't believe you all do this. And we do. And how we do have businesses open, and how we do have schools open, and how we've done this for a long time, and we're just fine. Compared to what everybody else is doing in the country, what are we, per capita? We're like 28th right now in this state. When it comes to the amount of cases and what, and again, if we're told that the science and the data is out there, then we would like to see all the examples of how awful Florida is. But truly, it's not. And what the motivation is of teachers' unions to not have kids back in school across the country. All right, let's take a break. 239-479-5592. We know that Glenn Beck is next. You're going to hear more about the president and CPAC, and again, how they're going to be those that certainly from the outside looking in are not big fans. Weren't big fans of CPAC. Not fans of the president, former President Trump. Don't like the idea that he's not going away, and you better get used to it. And that's okay, because his policies are what matter. All right, it's Daybreak 92.5, Fox News. Let's find out what's happening with the remainder of our forecast with Wink News meteorologist Matt Devin.
Patchy fog as we start a brand new week and a brand new month. Mixture of sunshine and clouds, though, for this afternoon.